When you enter this room, need to listen closely. We shit talking here, ain't no sugarcoating. So enjoy the show and embrace the moment. This is double dose and checking my homies. They got one life to live, they gon' live this shit fast. If you think this shit sweet, get the fuck off the podcast. They talking that shit, that's a double dose. Andale, vámonos. They lucky I did not pull up with the check it, but they wanna hear us, so here I go. Let me talk my shit. Yeah. Let me talk my shit. They talking that shit. That's a double dose. Andale, vámonos. They lucky I did not pull up with the.
I can't never get that thing right at all. I've been trying for a year. What's up? It's your boy Chucky.
And it's your girl Double Dose.
And I guess Mr. Wingman.
Hey.
What's up, everybody?
Hi.
You really with the hair?
Becky with the good hair.
Becky. So sorry we weren't on last week. We had what happened was I had a little shaving mistake and cut off my beard. Didn't go on live.
You surely did. I forgot about that.
Couldn't even do it. Like my face looked so bad. It's just not growing back. It was bad.
I don't know. I didn't see you after you shaved your face and all that other stuff. So
I know. I ain't FaceTime nobody. I ain't talk nobody. I ain't take no pictures. I've been off Facebook on purpose.
Oh, that's why you deleted the app.
That's why I deleted the Facebook app.
So childish.
I ain't want no accidents, nothing. Ain't nobody gonna see me looking like this. Walking around here looking like I got 3 chins ain't happening.
Look, I know I got a double chin situation, so I get it.
Yeah, but so tonight we are gonna be talking about Hobosexual.
Yes, it is the fall season. We gotta hide our apartments. We gotta hide our cars because they gonna set up shop any and everywhere.
And you're not allowed to bring no bags in the house.
Listen, and they sneaky with it. That's the thing. They sneaky with it. They'll start off with a Ziploc bag full of clothes and then hide it up under the bed. And all of a sudden, by the time November move around, you got a whole house guest.
I'm so perceptive. As soon as the motherfucker try to these, you forgot this. As soon as I find it, hey, I'm gonna bring it back to you this afternoon at 2. I get off at 1. I'm gonna drop that back off to you.
I throw it away. I used to wouldn't throw it away. Honestly, I would keep, try to get him a chance to come pick it up. But it just got to a point where it was like, okay, you leaving important stuff. Like you leaving your shit that you need to go to work with. And then you come and swinging by talking about, oh, I'll come by later on. No, come get your shit now and go. And now I just throw it away. So I see it's like, just throw it away.
What's up, Facebook? What's up? What else we on? YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. Shut up.
Because your eyes about closed trying to squint.
Nah, I got I ordered some new ones. But so the main reason we're gonna talk about hobosexuals tonight, main reason is hobosexual season. Once it start getting cold, people feel like they need homes and they want to move in, they don't want to pay no rent. And the next thing is you don't know situations like I've had before with roaches, and they just move in and you don't know nothing. Yeah, when I say roaches, I talk about people that just move in and you don't know they're there. Wow. You don't know they staying there.
I thought you meant like they moved in and brought some extra sub tenants with them. Be like,
No, they was the sub tenant.
They was the roach.
They was the sub tenant. I can honestly say I've never had that experience. But normally when I start seeing shit that I know that's not mine, or that I don't recognize that I bought, I just start throwing stuff away. Hold on, we got a question. I want to ask a serious question about this topic. Go ahead, ask your question.
This person must got me blocked because they don't. It say Facebook user. I can see Jay though.
shaking my head. The worst part is trying to get someone out and then using the squatters. You're talking about the squatters right on you. Oh yes. Yes, goodness.
Oh yeah, I had that.
That's why you're
That
not supposed to let them stay more than longer than what your lease is.
Depending on where you are, because I think in Duval County, if after 3 days, they technically can set up residence there.
I know that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. So day number 2, what you doing here? You can either go willingly or unwillingly. You getting up out of here though.
And make sure they don't get mail either. Please make sure they don't get no mail.
Oh,
You can
see,
go you can go block who gets mail to you, to your
you can
house.
report them. You can report them too. Report them for address theft.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give you permission to use my address. You have no written consent with my signature on it to say that you can use. I give you permission to use my address.
Mail fraud.
Yep.
And then the other thing is that once they set up squatter rights and say you're renting, you have to legally evict them. And when you legally evict them and their name not on the lease, whoever you're leasing from can illegally evict you.
Yep. I think it's
That's what a lot of people don't know
147.
either.
It's $147 in Duval County.
And child, you're talking about your ex. Somebody on Facebook said it was my ex I went through that with. Yes, my ex, literally living in my house, and I didn't even know they was living there. But nah. The thing is that a lot of times you don't even know somebody's a hobosexual. You don't even know you really don't even know that you only really know what type of person that what type of person you dealing with until after you got to fight to try to get them back.
It's completely legal in Jamaica. What's legal? What, people just moving in your house? I need to know, because I know that's not a place I want to live out my golden years in.
I don't want to live in Jamaica anyway.
I'm
Seems
90
hot.
years old trying to walk around and then there's a stranger in my house.
Be like,
With the
sir,
Alzheimer's and the
may I
dementia.
help you? Like, may I help you?
You feel it. Why do you feel attacked? Who's it? I don't even know who you are. I can't even see your
You
name.
should feel attacked if you just living in other people's house and not paying no bills. You should definitely feel attacked.
Oh, that's why are you a homosexual? That's why you feel attacked? Good. No, if you purchase a house in hold on. If you purchase a house in Jamaica and leave it, people will go and live in it while you're gone. But like going to work or like going out the country? Because if I'm just going
Like a
to work,
timeshare.
if it's like a vacation home, I kind of see how that's a squatter's thing. But if I'm just going to work and coming home, like what?
But nah.
Okay. Hey.
I mean, the biggest thing is knowing. Biggest thing is knowing who you're dating and who you're talking to in a relationship, and that's what a lot of people don't. That's a lot of people don't get. Because the thing is that when you start talking to somebody, I mean, you gotta. I mean, I want to go over your place. Let's go over your place. Let's not always come over mine. I mean, you gotta see how they live too. If I go over your place and I see a whole bunch of bills stacked up and they all of them say past due, okay, yes, I know this is probably the last time I'm visiting.
I don't know. I don't know. The only problem I've never been able to live with anybody. That's my whole issue. Like I genuinely had a guy stay with me for a week, and it was like, oh my God, how the hell people do this? Like, let me go ahead and get you back down south. Like, I don't know what the hell, this ain't gonna work. Like, And it wasn't so much like he was a terrible person. It's just I got tired of seeing him every day in my house. It was like,
but he wasn't trying to go nowhere though. He wasn't trying to go nowhere at all.
Some people wear a mask when you first start dating and put on a different persona. Once they're in your house, stuff starts slowly change. His personality changes. That's when you should have shot that bastard.
We are not condoling violence here on Shit Talk Podcast. Domino's has lost my mind.
Hey, I mean, I agree with it.
I don't know. I don't know. If I don't like somebody to feel like they're comfortable. Like, don't like if I never tell anybody to make yourself feel like you're at home. Please don't make yourself feel like you're at home. I want you to know that you're a guest. I want you to sit in the most uncomfortable seat I have.
It depends for me, because if we're there for some activity, I need you comfortable because I need you to do some work. But otherwise, what? Otherwise, let me go ahead and just ease you out the door.
Nah,
But you do
you
that with
like
everybody, even
if
after
you
that.
just there for the activity, do the activity and go, please. All that. That's one of the things I could say when it comes to the activities. One of the things that I hate is when people come over there and they want to talk too long. Hey, how was your day? Yeah, I don't give a fuck about all that. You know why we here. Come on, let's get this going so you can go, so I can end this day. What you talking about? So they don't got to be comfortable. Hey, you're over here for a job.
See, that's
For
that's
you to
that's how
go.
I am. Like
I like a little foreplay with it. Like I need you to.
I'm paying you $40. I don't need all this.
Look, head is foreplay.
Uh.
Head is foreplay.
No, that's
You
okay.
see, you see. Now, if we got to do the other type of foreplay and everything else, like trying to hold meaningless, I just hate that awkward conversation where you know why you called them over there, and now y'all just talking about any and everything. Yeah, man, you like spaghetti? I like spaghetti. Just trying to hold a conversation. I don't be wanting to sound mean, but I be wanting to say, hey, look, is we gonna fuck or not? We doing a little bit too
Now,
much
I
talking.
don't come right out and say it, but I start doing little stuff. Like I just, you might be talking. I just might start rubbing your neck and your chest, and just start leaning close on top of you and all this other stuff.
Mm-mm.
Like, okay,
See,
I'm
I'm
trying to
rude.
get started.
I'm rude. I'm rude. I would literally. I'm in my house. I know what I came here for. I mean, I know what you came here for. You there? So there we go. And you in mid conversation, you talking about spaghetti. I took off all my clothes. You still
Uh-uh.
gonna talk?
Yeah, I'm over here like, now I gotta be the asshole. Now I gotta be an
I
asshole.
wouldn't say I be the ass. I don't know, Chucky. You've been on the phone.
You're the asshole everything's over. When everything's over, you're the asshole because you literally called me on the phone and somebody's there and they haven't even put on their clothes yet. You talking about yeah, they finna get ready to go. Like
I mean,
literally.
because that's usually okay. Like that's an incentive. They see me on the phone. Like
Yeah, that's like okay,
all
like
right.
come on, get your stuff. Cues the what you finna do. That's her version of so what you finna do.
I don't even ask. But no, he's definitely been on the phone with me. It's like, all right, we finna like I said it one night I just said it. He was on speakerphone and my little friend was at the house and we was having like they were having a conversation and I was just like, well, all right, Chucky, I'm finna hunch this man. So I'll talk to you later. Click, like, yeah, we finna get started. I came in with what's the topic? Be on time next time.
That's
Don't
how
say
the topic is homosexuals and it's
it's
homosexual season.
homosexual season.
Look, but this is
Homosexual.
what's so good about this thing is that
What?
you know the show goes pretty much anywhere and everybody can relate to these situations because this is what leads to the homosexual things. The talking conversations that we talking about leads to you accidentally spending the night because it didn't took too long to get the deed done.
Mhm.
You
Mm-hmm.
accidentally
You
spending
think
the
it's more
night
than what
leads
it
to
is.
you leave. Yeah, now you leaving shit over here. Now you gotta come back to get it. I'm gonna get it again if it was good last time. So now you didn't accidentally spend 2 nights, and damn, now per my lease, you technically considered a tenant.
What
Mm-hmm.
exactly is considered bad sex to y'all?
Bad sex?
Yeah, what is considered bad sex? Because the thing is that like everybody has their own little thoughts whatever bad sex is. And I really want to know what other people's opinion of is bad sex.
I mean, at the end of the day, if I
I
ain't
want to
like
hear what
it,
Wingman. The what's your
Like
look,
what
what's
I mean like for you, like wingman for you. Like
if
is
a
it like bad
motherfucker
sex?
is too,
Bad
if
sex
a
you just all
motherfucker
in?
too stiff, if a motherfucker too stiff, you cancel. Like I don't like that shit. Like I like to be able to bend your ass in different little ways. So if you too stiff, you cancel. If your shit too dry, you cancel. If your shit too wet, you cancel.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. What is this? What is this too wet
I don't
nonsense?
I don't like the So I had one person who I've dealt with in my past before who was so wet that you could, and this was just regular for her. So I know it wasn't just like she had something going. This is just a regular her. She would be so wet, it's like snot dripping down your legs type shit. Like that's how wet she would be. That
Okay.
shit's that's too wet.
I never heard of that being an issue. So that's why I'm
For me,
To
for
me,
me,
that's an
one,
issue because I don't like feeling all that. Like it's hard to clean off. I gotta clean it all off my gooch and shit when we get done. I don't like that shit.
for me,
so
for me,
hold on,
for me.
wait, check it. I got to ask this question. I'm so sorry, sweet pea. Let me ask this question. So what about squirters? What
Now that I love that. I know that, and that's different. That's different because it's not like a snot. You know what I'm saying? Texture to it. That's different, and I love that shit. But then I'm kind of like trying to make sure I don't got a R. Kelly thing going on because I just found out that it's partially piss. So
Don't put your
okay.
face near it.
Okay, Chucky, what was you about to say, Lo?
I was going to say for me, bad sex would be something like this. Like it's like 'cause you did some like complete turn off. Like you get over like you know like you went from missionary to doggy style, and then you just fart. Like it's like no, it's
Wait
like
a minute.
no. It's like this is not something that could be done.
Time out. Hold the hell up. Wait a minute.
Jay, like I didn't envision this being a part of the deal we had.
This is not part of the throwback that I was talking that I was thinking that you were gonna throwback.
I don't know. For me, my rule is if I don't spray, it don't count.
You
I
had
don't
sex 3 times.
it's 3 times in my whole life that don't count. You're not even I can't even say that. You just say like, hey, don't you remember me? Not at all. I don't even remember your name. But anybody that's calls me to spray, hi, how you doing?
Oh my god.
What's up, big head?
If I know a person can do it, I make it my personal goal.
I mean, I just feel like that should be a goal regardless. That should be a
No,
goal
because everybody
regardless.
can't do it. Everybody
Everybody
can't do
can.
it.
Everybody can. The thing is that
I
everybody
used
can.
to
It's
think
just
I
getting that right
could, but
spot.
I was with the wrong person.
No,
I
I
was
don't
with
think everybody can do it. There's some people that just can't, no matter how much you hit that, and there's some people that shouldn't.
You pepper spray my ass.
Like,
You
because
done
there's
pepper
some
spray.
people out there. There's some people out there that's burning, and they
You
shouldn't
done
be.
pepper spray. You done pepper spray me, baby.
the fucking stomp.
You got a skunk.
And imagine that person being a homosexual. Now you stuck with it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Nah, it's
that's.
that.
But yeah,
Is honestly that, and then for me it's like body odors, because it's like, and then for me it's also a turn off as well. If you don't spray perfume somewhat, you don't spray perfume or cologne in the wrong space, and I go and I taste it, and we done. You
I
niggas
could deal
will.
with that. I could
I
deal with that. I'm just gonna take something else. Be like, now if
I
I go eat some coochie and I taste some Victoria's Secret, now hold on, bitch, what you trying to hide down here? Like, I better not taste no perfume down there. We got a whole problem. Like the shipment is stopped. It's probably finna be a DV charge coming because bitch, what you got me down here licking on?
No. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I went out to the club with some girls one time, and it was like before we was getting ready to go out and everything. And this girl literally asked me if I had some Febreze, and I was like, "Yeah." And I gave her the bottle of Febreze, and she
No,
sprayed down what her cooch and her ass was. She sprayed Febreze,
no.
and I was like, and only in my mind, only thing
You
I'm
ain't telling
thinking,
us what a shower for?
only thing in my mind, only thing in my mind, I was thinking, you should have asked for some wet wipes, like. Well,
You
that's
know, in
right.
your mind, you should have been like, man, that's what a bath is for.
You ain't gonna wash your ass before you get.
That's homosexual mentality right there. Then I just want to know, why is it always the men that's the homosexuals though? Like, I know that
It's
there
some
are
women.
women out there. There are women,
It's some women
but the
too.
ratio from women to men is like 1 to 10.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But the thing is that women a lot of times they'll use their kids to put them into situations where they can stay. And that's what a lot of people don't see that, because a lot of times you end up with a man or whatever, and they care about kids and everything else like that. And the next thing you know, she's like, "Oh, me and my kids, we need somewhere to stay tonight," or da 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 da. Da. And next thing you know,
But
it's
see,
like,
that's technically not a homosexual. They asked you, could they stay there? You said yes. When it come to you, just be like, hold on, wait. God damn it, this nigga done been here too goddamn long. I can't kick him
Yeah,
out.
homosexuals
That,
they just gradually move in.
yeah,
but
like
Start,
that's what I
most
was
of the
saying. They
time.
asked. That's why I was
that's not,
going. I was like, they asked and they stay a night. They asked if they can stay a night. Next thing you know, they there for a whole week.
but that's not a
I'm telling you,
homosexual.
It's not a whole.
I'm telling you as a man that if a woman has stayed at my house for an extended period of time, I wanted her there. Like real talk, like I wanted her to be able to move in. Because normally, what men who don't want women there, when they be like, I don't know where me and my kids gonna go, they be like, damn, that's fucked up. Or hey, I can give you a room or two at a hotel. Like that's what we do when we don't want you there. Like real talk. So if a woman pretty much moves in, that man wanted that. Like he wanted some in-house coochie or whatever. Or he really liked you. He really did love the kids. So then he had y'all move in. He never say nothing about it. But most of the people that move in and it be like, hold on, what the fuck? 9 times out of 10, that's men that do that.
But I mean, I guess a lot of women get digmatized, and then you may get it with a woman that she may not have had none in a minute, and then it's just be like, this right here was good right here for this second, and then she just don't realize how long he there.
And I've noticed one thing about homosexuals. They normally choose people that's either real young or real old. The people in between ain't going for that shit.
Yeah.
people in between be like, hey, hold up. The fuck you think you doing? Hey, you left your shit over here. You need me to drop it off today? Right now?
They were like, "Hey, I left something over there. You ain't leave nothing at my house." Yes, I did. No, you didn't. I don't remember. You must have grabbed it on the way out the door. I don't recall any of this. But I know with a lot of homosexuals, they play on people. They play on a lot of people's their insecurities and their, and low
Yeah.
self-esteem. That's the thing of it. That's the real thing that we're trying to put out here for those of you that's out here with us, is that.
And I am gonna say is that people got to really take away that mindset of people that are plus size, have low self esteem.
Thank you.
Man,
They
plus
got to take
size
away that
women got some
mindset.
of the highest self esteems I done never what's it called?
As a former
I done never
cell
met.
girl, absolutely no. You don't.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you my what's that check called? My income tax check. Absolutely not. You're not gonna flip that. No.
And
Mm-mm.
then also, like, no, I mean, I have experienced this too. I'm just gonna say it. As a gay man, I have experienced this too. You end up with straight men that pretend like they gay just so they have a place to stay.
Whew.
Ooh.
Don't talk about pretending like you gay. That brings up some memories.
Please go in.
Right.
We need you to elaborate.
So I got a friend.
Look,
I got a friend, and I'm not finna. I got a friend, and I'm not gonna say her name because she married now, and this is linked to my profile. But she know who she is, and we laugh about this all the time because she went to go link up with this dude. You know what I'm saying? They had a sexual relationship, but every time they did, he would break her off bread. So I'm like, okay, cool. If you're trying to go get the bread, I drive you over there, right?
Mm.
Well, I drove her over there, but I wasn't expecting it to be like on some, he was going to come get in my car and I drive him to where the hotel was or anything else like that. I was just thinking I was going to bring her over there. Well, they needed me to drive them to where they was going to go do whatever it was. And she portrayed me as the gay cousin. So I done had to put on my acting skills. I, I was on her ass when he got out the car, but I was like, "Oh man, what you doing to me?" To this day, we are still laugh about that. But I definitely had to put on the acting role real quick, just so she can get her bread, because I wasn't gonna give it to her, so I wasn't gonna be the reason she didn't get it. But yeah, that joke was crazy. I wasn't too flamboyant with it though, but I had to.
Look, man.
I was like, "How
Oh,
much he gonna pay you?" I think at first I ain't want gas money. I think I want it now. I ain't want gas money at first, but you gotta go ahead and give me that.
nah, she could have helped you, I guess, but nah, I've been double dosed of straight friend many times.
The thing is that
I'll bust
anybody,
I'll bust out with the yo, what's up, baby? How you doing?
the thing
They
is
hit up
that
whole girls and everything.
a
Like,
lot
hey,
of
what's up,
guys
baby?
already
Yeah.
believe
So
that me and
what you like?
Chucky be fucking. A lot of guys already believe that. So that's the crazy part for me. At least for me, it's like no matter how much, like I had one guy I was dating, he we were on Facebook Messenger video call like a couple years ago in my old apartment, and the guy saw Chucky's shadow. The guy saw Chucky's shadow come across the screen. I mean, like he was going to the bathroom in my house, and he went off. Was like, I knew you had another man in there. I was like, that's my best friend. What are you talking about? That's another man in there, and Chucky came across the screen talk about, hey, what's up? I'm such and such, and he was like, that nigga ain't gay. What are you talking about? He's literally about to fly out the window. He's so gay. What are you talking about? Like no, and that's the funny. That's always been a funny. Like that's a lot of men don't believe that Chucky is gay, and until he actually start talking, and it's like, oh yeah, he really is gay. Like yeah, like no, we're not in a weird ass relationship. No, we're best friends. He's like it's so hard.
I've been your straight friend. I've been your straight friend. Sometimes I bust out with the deep voice, like, "What's up, baby? How
You
you doing?"
have. You
Like,
absolutely have.
yeah, baby.
You've been the guy when I answer the phone, I don't want to talk to him. Who is that on the phone? Oh, I gotta go. Bye. Like I gotta get off the phone.
I done did that a bunch of times. I hit him with a deep voice real quick. Yo, what's up, baby? How you doing? Wayne, man, I think you muted, man.
I think did you mute us
Oh,
on purpose?
I am mute.
Nah, he muted.
Dang,
He
I
muted.
did it on accident.
Nah, but I do that shit all the time. Let me especially get some free food, Taco Bell, all them places. I be hitting on
Woo.
people in drive through.
You
Yo,
know,
what's up,
free
baby? How
food
you
is the
doing?
primary reason for homosexuality, right?
That's
Oh,
why I
for real?
can't. That's why I can't
Yep.
cook for everybody.
Yep. Don't cook too good. I'm definitely moving in. I ain't even shit. This
Then
motherfucker can cook.
I can't let you eat none of my food, babe.
I get
She
free
gonna
free
look.
food when it comes to
You're
free food. Like
motherfucking
out to the
fucking
club.
with me. You'll turn around and you'll get ready to change your sheets on the mattress. You know you got to lift the little corner up so you can get to fit it under there and find 3 toothbrushes in the pack over there in that motherfucker.
And I'm gonna throw that shit away. I'm like, get the hell out, man.
Look,
Get the hell out, wingman.
as soon as a motherfucker cook too good, I'm getting some mail delivered over there from Amazon, and I'm gonna track the package in that motherfucker. I'm tracking the package so I can take it off the porch. That way, as soon as I stay too long, she be like, "He don't live here." Hold on, I got my mail. Let me go get it. It's in the car. It's in the car.
You
Oh,
gonna chase people away.
Hey, look, hey, I'm glad if they hear this and run away, please do. Um, please run. I am no good for nobody right now because
nah.
I don't trust nobody. I don't
That's
trust nobody.
that's the other thing too. People really do be trusting people a little bit too much when it come to inviting somebody in your home. I mean, because the day and age that we live in, I mean, you got to expect anything when you
Mm.
invite somebody into your house. And that's I mean, like for me, I mean, I'm not just leaving you in my house, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the stove. No, we going to the stove. Like you can't go through you use the bathroom, but we just had sex. You can piss the door out open.
Look, let me show you something. Watch.
I believe.
Go upstairs.
Huh?
Finna go upstairs. I got about like 5 guns in there, so up under the sheet. I got one downstairs.
Wait a minute. So you put it on the dresser? You put it on
No,
the
I
dresser?
put it under the pillow.
Oh, okay.
Because if somebody busts in after, she'd be like, I gotta use the restroom. When somebody come in, you ain't gonna be able to go all the way over there to the dresser to get it. So I gotta be up under the pillow. Yeah, bitch.
I don't know if that's just the hood mentality I have, but it's something about seeing it on the dresser that just make everything ready. It's like, what?
See, you got to get off that mind creep mindset.
See, I'm one of those people to where if you ever come over here and try to help me clean my house, you'll probably call me. If you ever come to help me, like, let's say you at my house, you're like, I'm gonna just straighten up, and you fold some of my clothes and you open up a drawer, you're gonna be like, oh, he got a gun in here. And you're gonna go open up the cabinet in the kitchen, you're gonna be like, oh, he got another gun in here. You're gonna go open up a closet where the towels is. Oh, he got another gun in here. I don't think this is.
Hey, wait. It's gonna be like this, like, let me pull this hair back.
No, hold up, let me go ahead and snatch this off.
Go ahead and pull this wig off real quick. No, better yet, I'm gonna keep it on just in case. Get out
this mind creep mindset.
So pull it back.
Look, because I'm ready. I'm ready like Freddy. Somebody come in here, we gotta go ahead and get it. Not only that, like when I tell you I'm ready, I need guns to where I don't have to like remember to take my guns from one place to another place. So I just gotta have them everywhere so I could be ready. So I don't even got a gun. Like I have a gun that's specifically locked away in a spot that's inside of my car. Like you can't get to it. Only I can get to
it. See, that's too much.
But literally, I'll come out here.
No,
it's not. You lived in Memphis. You know it's not too much.
I mean, we ain't in Memphis. The worst thing I got in my house, the worst thing I had in my house is knives. Be careful sticking your hands in the couch. Don't stick your hands on the side of the bed. There's a machete there. There's a machete by the front door.
I used to keep a machete up under the couch, so because I would sleep on the couch a lot of times, and sometimes I forget to lock the door, but I always kept that machete ready.
Look,
I
have been to somebody. Here's the crazy part: out of all these guns, the scariest I've been was at somebody's house who had just big ass Rambo knives everywhere. I was like, whew. Because that's I think
that's a different type. That's a different level of crazy with knives and machetes and stuff. That's a different level of crazy. I don't care about seeing your arm fall off. I don't care about that. I'd rather your arm than me.
Definitely.
I was like, dang, she like to get up close and personal with it, huh?
Even when I go, where is it?
Between that and keeping.
It's right here. When I go for a walk. When I take my dog out, oh yeah, I don't play. No, you're not finna get that. Absolutely not. But like I said, it's the hood mentality in me to see it on the dresser. It's like, oh, I behave. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Ladies who join us tonight, y'all, if you've never seen that happen, it's a different level of attraction. I don't know what it is. I wasn't raised like that or anything.
Look, if she's saying that, as soon as she see the nigga put a gram on the scale, she pants just coming down. Oh, you got a gun on the dresser and a gram on the scale.
Now that's too much. That might be too much. That's a little too much. But the gun on the dresser, it's like, okay, baby. I'm scared to see, but
look, you feel protected at that point?
I feel protected. I feel like, ooh, ain't everybody must be scared of him. I don't know. It's just, it ain't wrapped too tight. I know I ain't. I know I'm not.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, because actually, as a woman, you should feel protected. And if he got all that going, he probably ain't a homosexual. What happened to Jay? Where you don't went to?
Probably having a little Wi-Fi issue, but we're gonna keep it. We're gonna
Yeah.
keep it
But
rolling.
back to what I was saying earlier, my thing is that I feel like this homosexuality thing is one of those things that I feel like men suffer from more than women. Like I see more men do the little homosexual thing than I've seen women. Like women, like I said, we let women move in. Most men, if you there, that man let you be there. Like after day 2, he was like, oh yeah, she can cook that thing good. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna put the kids to sleep and wear that thing out. Whatever he think, he let you stay there. But women, y'all be having good hearts and y'all just be letting us move the fuck in.
Mm.
Like y'all let a nigga move in. Don't ask that the nigga have any. Don't ask that the nigga have any type of job or nothing. Y'all just don't vet them or nothing. Y'all just let them move in.
See, that's. I will say that's one thing I will do is I will ask 1,000,001 questions like what you do, how long you do that, how long you been there, how like I'll ask those questions and like I that's why I know for me it's difficult because it's like I don't want to see you in my house more than so like with me and my ex, I didn't mind him staying over because at some
Mm-hmm.
point he would go home. The fact that it's somebody in my house every single day, now I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna
When
tell
his
the truth and
Wi-Fi was
shame.
out, you would show messaging me talking about, I think he ain't pay his rent.
Hey, like you was
Listen,
like, hold up, how
I
you
ain't,
going
and
for that
you know, I found out what the truth was. I told you what the truth was. Truth was
Mm-hmm.
he hadn't paid that car note, and he came and hid his car on top of my garage. I said, damn. I was like, damn. I thought you wanted to hang out with me. No, it wasn't that. Yeah, your car note was behind. You needed to hide that car.
day? I told you.
I couldn't.
Man, we be slick with it.
I couldn't be mad. And the thing is, he was trying. He tried to keep the phone out of my view, but I'm real nosy, and I saw it. I was like, oh, okay, that's what it is. All right. I thought he wanted to spend time with me. Okay, cool, no
I
problem.
mean, did it make you feel any kind of way? Because you still benefited from it, right?
Yes, I benefited from it. It did make me feel bad.
Lies. Lies.
I don't know.
Look at her face, she lying.
I don't know who watches this, so I'm going to answer. I felt horrible. And yes, I did benefit from it. Wink help. Mm.
Go weak
Look,
talking
I'm
about
just
help.
trying to see, like, I just want to know because I just was wondering, like, how do you react to something like that? How do you go,
I
I
didn't get
don't know.
mad. A
oh,
lot of stuff
okay.
don't
I
make
think it
a lot of stuff don't make me mad, to be honest. A lot of stuff don't. It's just because I look at it like this. You didn't inherently do something to me. You just was using me. And I look at it like this. Everybody uses everybody. Everybody, but you didn't use me to the point where like I'm about to be evicted, I'm about to lose, my vehicle or anything like that. It was just a matter of convenience for you. So it's like, okay, all right, no problem at all. Okay, I'm
you
gonna
ain't
get
never
it
bring
back.
it up, did you?
No, because it wasn't no point in me bringing it up. Because by the time I saw it, it was like I knew you, but I always keep in the back of my mind you're I don't trust people, so I always keep in the back of my mind you got some kind of ulterior motive. You're not doing this for free. You're not doing this because you love me. You're not doing this because you care. You're doing this for a reason. I don't know what the reason is, but I'm gonna figure that bitch out, and as soon as I do, I'll just make a mental note of it because I'm not a violent person, so I just keep a mental note of it. So
Not me.
Well,
I'm a
that's
violent
honorable
person.
of you.
I put
I
gas in
about to
water
say,
bottles.
yeah, I sure was gonna say, I definitely am one of those violent
what?
people. I'm violent.
I'm one of those people.
I'm,
I put
I'm
gas in water
violent.
bottles.
I be over here trying, sometimes I gotta hit up Jay and be like, hey, look, man, like, I won't go all the way to jail. Like, I won't go to jail if I just stab this motherfucker real quick, bro. Like,
see, you don't. Yeah, I mean,
They
I
won't.
listen. I don't seen Chucky in action. But you don't strike me as a violent person.
That's the greatest part about it is that I don't strike people as violent. So that when I do be violent, I can go tell the police that I'm not normally violent, and people be like, "He's just, always well mannered and respectful." And da, 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 da." But I'm also trying to change because when I was younger, my violence didn't have like so I was violent regardless. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have I didn't care. It wasn't gender based or nothing like that. If you did something to me, I fucked you off. But I was young and dumb. I'm not proud of that. So I've now had to I don't have a way to decipher it because when I feel like people fuck me over, I want to get back. So I've now trained myself to be like, you know what? I won't be violent to anybody for the most part unless you fuck with me. So now I come off a lot more well mannered, but it was a time in my life where it was just like anybody come up, I can get it if you fuck with me because leave me alone. I don't bother nobody. I just want to do what I got to do and go home. Just leave me alone.
See, I'm a work in progress because I still be trying to cut off heads and put them in the oven. So I'm a real work in progress.
Yeah,
Granted,
I've learned that
my mouth
I've
is a
learned
lot
I
different.
can't do that.
My mouth
I've
is a
learned
lot
it.
different than what it used to be.
So what was
Um,
it back then? You used to start stuff for people, sir?
no, I don't start stuff. I just
No,
finish
he
it.
was
I
never.
just feel like I just always feel like karma needs a little help because it takes too long. And it just
I
is
can
like
feel you on that one.
karma just takes too long sometimes, and I just feel like karma just needs a little help. So like I would be the person that would call DCF. I would be the person that show up at your job, make sure you lose that. I'll be the person. I'll be the person to call. I'll be the person to call your landlord and act like I'm one of the people that you owe money. Um,
Dang,
just
you was trying to get them up out of there for real.
yeah, over there in Paxton. It was over there in Paxton area in Jacksonville one time. I set somebody's whole front yard on fire and sat on the front porch and just waited.
I
I have problems.
see. I just look at it like I can just turn my back and just keep it moving. Like I'm just not. I'm just not like that. I
I
just
need your
Mm-mm,
strength.
because
mm-mm.
my thing is I don't know if I want to say ignore, but the fact that I can like block you out of existence is real good. I can. It's so good. I have literally mapped out everything where I don't even have to see you if we run into each other in public. I have seen pretty much, especially here in Jacksonville, I have seen all my exes in the stove and in random places. I don't pay their asses not. I don't even know that they're still there. Don't even see them. Don't even. Mm-mm. Nope. Don't see
See,
them.
I
Can't.
don't have that mental strength yet. I don't
Nope.
have that mental strength. I still hire people to shoot up people's house. I don't got that mental strength.
See, my thing is this: like a lot of times, and I've told you this. A lot of people, especially some exes, they're trying to come back, and I won't allow them. I don't give them. I don't. I just don't. I just
Matt was
whatever.
out there with a pimp hand.
That
Listening to
Out there
too
with the
much
pimp hand.
project. Listening to too much Project Pat.
Lord, let this pimp hand gonna get
I hope my mama husband watching this junk because he know all about that junk.
you smacking you.
What was that?
My
What was that
mama
movie? What is that movie where they shot off Delabree's pinky toe?
Oh, you talking about Harlem Nights?
Harlem Nights.
He was out here taking pinky toes. Oh no, no. But
Oh God,
you had a current event, didn't you, Double Dose?
I did. So, I'm so sorry. This is more local news than anything. More so Florida related. So for those of you who are out in here in the world of Florida, if you're selling drugs, just FYI, you know, I don't know what you call it, you know, lean or I don't know, whatever it is. They are handing out 30 years off glass for selling fentanyl. So just heads up. If
30?
you're 30,
30.
the minimum is 7. The max is 30 plus $50,000 restitution and any other subsequent, you know, whatever. Your bond, and it starts off at 4 grams or more. Your bond for fentanyl is 250,000. That's where it starts. It could always go up. So if you are a procurer of it, I suggest you be mindful.
They're also
I
hitting them with murder charges now too.
uh, say that again.
I said they
Yeah,
also
if
hitting
they
them with
sell it to
murder charges
somebody,
now too,
if they
and
if
they
they sell it
overdose.
to somebody and that person overdoses, then that's called manslaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they're
and
they're handing that they're cracking down in Florida on fentanyl, on drug charges in general, but fentanyl specifically because of the opioid crisis that's happening here. Like, have you ever just looked at some of these people that's running around on this shit and they face and they mouth is falling apart? Yeah, it's a problem. It's a real problem. I'm pretty sure, you know, the lack of dental hygiene is not the big problem, but to me, it is. So I'm just
so if you on
saying,
drugs, go to the dentist.
like, there's no reason why you shouldn't go to the dentist just because you want drugs. Like, there's no reason why. I don't understand that. I've never understood how those two are fucking related. You on drugs, that means you can't go to the dentist. Like,
It
I
be it be killing
I
me
know
when they eyes be looking like goat eyes.
huh?
It be killing me when their eyes be looking like goat eyes. This can be killing me. I'm like, damn. Mm-mm. And please stop cash apping to me, asking me for $2. I'm not
I'm
giving
not
you
gonna
$2.
I'm not giving it to you. I know you're going to go use it. I know you're gonna go use it for meth. I know you are. No, I'm not sending you nothing. You know who you are. You know who I'm talking to. Specifically, stop asking me for $5 because
Mhm.
I'm not gonna do it. I
Stop
know you need
asking her for $5.
because I
Them
know you're
random
using.
cat them random cash apps for $2 be killing me, man. I be like,
They
dang.
asking you
Didn't
for
I
two
just give
dollars.
you
They
two
asking you
dollars?
for 5. They're trying to get a hamburger afterwards.
Ask me
Stop
for two
asking me
dollars so
for
you can go
money.
buy a cigarette.
They selling them little cigarettes still.
Them Lucy's.
Oh shit! I
Nah.
almost fell in my chair.
But I don't know if y'all been watching news or watching CNN or anything like that. It was just released that if you're 30 years old, if you're in your 30s, you are going to need multiple streams of income in order to retire. You're
And
not going to be able to retire off of your income you have now. And then the thing
You need
is that
multiple
with
streams of income just to live.
that's it.
telling
God,
me,
fuck to retire. You need it before you retire.
That's it. I hope they don't stop
but
my
um,
disability.
but China, Russia, Africa are trying to destroy the U.S. dollar with the new brick currency. With I don't know if anybody knows about brick currency.
I heard.
Pretty much brick currency. Instead of using money, actual dollars, it'd be going back to using gold. So one of our U.S. dollars will be worth $55 in exchange rate.
Well,
You know,
here's the
one of
thing
our
with
no
that.
no no one,
Here's why that
for,
is stupid. Here's why that is stupid. They're doing that, but they're really shooting themselves in the foot because the biggest consumer in the entire world of all of their goods are Americans. America is
but
a
the thing,
consumer country that is known wide, far and wide. So if you make your items more expensive to get, people just don't buy your items. That's just where that goes. When people don't
it
buy your
is.
items, when people don't buy your items, now you can't sell it. Now you got all of this currency that, well, you base your currency off of currency that really ain't gonna be worth nothing no more because nobody's buying your items. That's just how it is. And then they also got to realize that when they do stuff like that, now what we do is we just charge them an arm and a leg to be able to import it over here.
But this right here is actually to fight back with the import charges that Trump went up on import charges for them
He
to
only went
import
on
it over.
import for China. He only went up
Yeah,
with China. He
but
ain't never do it for Africa.
But China, Russia, and Russia. Jesus Lord, I couldn't get that out. And Africa are working together to destroy the U.S. dollar. And then the thing is that the mindset of that is pretty much making it so the U.S. will pretty much be poorer than it actually is.
I mean, the thing is, the
But
reason why Russia hopped in on that is because America hopped in on a business with Ukraine. That's the
yeah,
reason why Russia jumped in on that. If you notice, they ain't try to do none of that when Trump was in office. And even though I feel like Trump's an asshole and a douchebag, let's just be real. He was already doing business with people over there in Russia and everything because he was already a billionaire before he came there. So a lot of these
yeah.
people respected him just off his business habits, regardless, because, you know, he was already a billionaire before he got in. A lot of these countries do not
Well,
like.
was he technically a billionaire?
Yes,
No.
he was a multi-billionaire before he ever became president.
Trump?
A
I'm just saying.
multi-billionaire,
I'm just
yeah.
saying. Did we ever see those records?
I mean, he didn't have to. He was in Forbes list, so when you go through Forbes, they verify the records. He was a
But
multi-billionaire before he ever even got in it. Before he ever even became president. He has billionaire towers. He has towers that makes billions of dollars a year in New York and several other places, high rises and stuff like that. They make billions of dollars just by charging other companies to be in there. So I don't think I really do believe he was a billionaire, and I think that
Didn't
right
they release
now,
taxes that showed that he actually was not his
yeah,
business
so
was
because they
what
released
he
taxes.
they released tax returns showing that but those tax returns were when he was as president. So here's one of the things they don't tell you: the reason he didn't make billions of dollars as he was president, because when you're president, you're not allowed to accept money from your private businesses. He
but
wasn't
he
Yeah,
allowed
a
to
lot
still
be
of
he
on
those
still he
taxes.
payroll.
still was because all he did was put the businesses in his children's name in three of his children's name or whatever that girl name is, Ivana, whatever.
Yeah,
They put it in their
And make them
family
controllers.
name, and he was still making money from there.
yeah,
So
but
But
the
even,
money
but
didn't come
even,
to him. And when he filed his tax returns, that money isn't recorded on his tax returns because it never went to him. Like when you're in business, if you only have to file the money that comes to you that's connected to your social security number or that's connected to your EIN if you have a business. His businesses can make whatever money, right? And really, a lot of businesses do this. Like when they go out and they take employees or they take staff or board of directors out to go do stuff. They don't pay for that out of their money. They pay for it out the business. That way, it's a business expense. They get to write it off. They want a home and you the business owner, but you don't want to have it on your personal credit. You just get the home in your business and you write the home off from your business expenses.
but even with his businesses, didn't come back as $1 million businesses either. And it actually showed that
They
a lot of the tax returns for his businesses were filed crookedly.
yeah. So
So with that, it wasn't that. What y'all looking at is the bottom line number. His businesses made billions. But what he did is he had somebody who was willing to write off his taxes and get it to where his businesses didn't owe taxes. That's just what they do. In the business world, that's what they do. I wish I knew who his accountant was because I would definitely get them. Because that's that thing I was telling you about. Like even with my business, for my 500,000 that I made in one year, right? I turned around and had to pay 125,000 of it in taxes. I had to find tax write-offs. That's why a lot of people who were working for me, who were family, who I was paying under the table, you know how me and you were talking, I'd be like, man, they pissing me off because they don't realize that I'm really taking a loss by not even being able to report their income. That's because you get credits for having employees. So a lot of people wonder how places like Amazon and all of them make billions of dollars and don't have to pay taxes. Imagine how many employees they got put on payroll.
The thing is
They
that
get
with Trump, with me just pulling up right now, um, him and his businesses, they were millionaires, but they were never billionaires. They were never.
they
They're not. They're not. They're not. They have not been billionaires in over decades. but they are millionaires, and then that even includes his businesses that he did. I'm sorry, I'm squinting, I can't see. Even includes his businesses that includes his businesses that he filed bankruptcy on and everything else like that. They were millionaire. They're millionaire businesses, but they're not billion. They're not
So
billion dollar.
that's because you're only looking at the cash that they have. When you get considered a billionaire, you're not considered a billionaire just based on your cash.
Yeah,
You
Right.
get considered a
you're
billionaire
based off
based
your
off
assets
your
as well.
assets. And he owns buildings that are worth billions. He owns buildings that, with his cash flow and the property assets and all of the stuff that's inside the property, would be considered um, billionaire businesses because of the assets. That's how they get their status, is their
Right.
assets.
Yeah.
So he owns, between his cash, the revenue in his business, and the assets, which include the actual building that the businesses are in themselves, he would be considered a billionaire that way. I haven't looked at it recently, but I'm only speaking on before he went in, and we got to realize he ran for
So
president
Trump, so Trump,
10 years ago.
so Trump has.
So
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Trump
oh, you're
has
fine.
500 businesses in entire, but only 250 of those businesses are in Trump's name. The other ones just pay him, like some of the Trump towers and things like that. They only pay him. They only pay him for their name to be on the building, for his name to be on the building,
That's
or he
called
paid for his
franchising.
name to be or he paid for his name to be on the building. So
That's called franchising. But how many buildings did you say he had in total?
no, not buildings. Businesses in entirety, 250. But a lot of those businesses are not millionaire businesses.
Now you remember
Even Trump Casino. Trump Casino isn't even owned by Trump
what you got to
or
look
his
at is
children.
this. So we just went and looked at a building yesterday, right?
Yeah,
Wagon Wheel.
yeah.
How much did Wagon Wheel say they wanted for their business?
925,000.
Now you seen how small that building was, and you seen how little land is on. It's on less than an acre in
Hmm.
Tennessee, and is worth 1 million. Now imagine how much some of the businesses that he does own, some of the sky rises he does own in New York is worth.
And
Take that
when it goes
number.
by Forbes estimate of his 2.5 billion dollars as of April 12th, 2023. And that's just his estimate over the houses, like I'm saying, the houses, like you said, the houses that he owns, and
Mhm.
the gifts and loans, the gifts and loans that he has, and the money that he inherited from his father, paid to him annually. but um
But you
but his
said 2 billion,
but his
right?
ventures is that's just based off of that right there on Forbes. That's only what he provided to Forbes. The same thing what Kanye West did when Kanye West lost money, and then Kanye West contacted Forbes, so that he and then provided stuff to Forbes to show that he was billionaire status when he was Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is that if they can already account for 2 billion of his money, trust me that they ain't accounting for a couple million, a couple more billion that he doesn't want for us to be able to account for, because then that puts him in issues with the IRS. So that's why I'm like, these billionaires, they rubbing elbows and they got stuff going on. I hate that this nigga says the dumbest shit in the world. The only thing that I will say that I've liked about him in the past is that he says it outright to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least you don't gotta wonder where you stand with a nigga like that, because he just pretty much told you what he thinks about you. So I've always respected that he was just an idiot out loud. When it comes to, all I'm saying is that when it comes to stuff like that, because we getting off subject. Originally, he was a billionaire before he got on. So a lot of the other countries rocked with him because he did business with them already. Um, Russia, China, all of those people, they were already doing business. A lot of the stuff that they're doing it now because they don't like um because they don't like Joe Biden. Like Russia's trying to end this Ukraine thing. Do you know how much military stuff that Joe Biden has sent out there, which has made
Yeah,
that harder for them? You see what I'm saying? So it's just that's just really where that is. Other countries are pretty much just trying to make it real clear that they don't like us.
yeah,
And they don't like us because of the leadership that's there. That's why a lot of the stuff didn't happen when Trump was in office, like the Taliban taking back their land. If you notice it, that happened as soon as Trump got in the office. I mean, got out the office and Biden went in the office. They went and took back their land. So with that being said, they just really just making it clear that they don't like us.
yeah. I mean,
Now, with that being said, that's
I
gonna
can't agree
affect
with
us, and
Trump
I
being
don't think I think the goal. I mean, like I said, I think that he's just a businessman. He was already in their pockets. They do business. Like, let's just be real. If me and you do business, right? And we start owning several businesses and you get in a position of power, I get in a position of power. I'm gonna act right while you in that position of power because you my homie. You know what I'm saying? You my homie. I ain't gonna turn up while you there because I ain't gonna make you look bad. But as soon as your ass ain't CEO no more, Jay, just know I'm coming in there and cut my ass up. Like, for example, there's people that won't come into Dream Wings when they receive bad. Like, for example, you called Dream Wings one time, right? And I'm guessing that was my sister that answered the phone and she had an attitude, right?
hmm
You could have been like, hold on, bitch, who the fuck you talking to, ho? Like, you got me fucked up. Like, had an attitude, I'm spending my money at your motherfucking spot. But instead, you didn't do that. You was like, hey, Matt, the food was pretty good, but I did want to let you know that XYZ had an attitude when I called there. That's because you my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with you. You fucks with me, so you came to me different. Same thing
hmm
over there. Those billionaires and stuff like that, they've been hanging out. They do shit is on a whole
Yeah, they
different
do.
type of level.
They do. They do. They
And
do. They
and
definitely. They
they
definitely.
acted right because they acted right because they was cool. As soon as Trump got out, they wasn't cool no more. Like the nigga, they don't gotta
Do.
act right. So that's when they started turning the fuck up.
My other thing is with that as well, so far as these gifts and loans that it's and everything else like that. The richest man in the world is Vladimir Putin. We all know that he's worth $70 billion. And the thing is that a lot of his gifts and loans after he became president, he didn't become billionaire status until after he became president. After.
Mhm.
So yes, I do believe that a lot of them do work together. I believe that a lot of them do work hand to hand in a
Mhm.
lot of stuff. I do believe that he was paid by by Putin and probably other people as well to do certain things. I mean, to try to do certain things around the Supreme Court because the Supreme Court technically does have say so in that as well. But I do believe
Oh,
that he was paid. He was paid
I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000% there. I'm not
because
even
he
gonna
didn't
sit
reach
here and try to
billionaire
make it
status
seem
until
like,
2023.
yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna deny that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's true. Like, there ain't nothing else to say other than that, other than that's true. What you're saying is right. All I was saying is that they work with each other and that's what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
So
and that
my
shit,
thing
that's
is
just it, what they do.
my thing is that when it goes back to brick currency and everything else like that, and trying to change how the world currency is, how they how to train how to change trying to change how the world currency is. Only thing you're going to do is make these people that are wealthy now currently they're not going to be wealthy, and those
I
people that's
mean,
down
no,
here
but what's gonna
struggling.
do is they gonna hurt themselves too, though, because a lot of those other places that have billions of dollars, especially places like China, got that wealth from Americans. Like, they are wealthy within their own right. But let's just be real. We buy so much. Do you know how much shit on our things say made in America? How many companies are in America right now? And you mean not how many companies in America hire people over there in China, even though they hire them at slave wages? My whole point is a lot of the stuff that we get is made in China and we purchase it. We, the consumers, purchase it. So in essence, what happens when you go with a brick currency and now we in America can't afford it no more because you don't raise your price up. Well, the thing is America does have a lot of resources, and they do have other allies where they can get other stuff from and other stuff done. You know what I'm saying? They can get cheap labor in Mexico. They've been moving a lot of their car plants and everything like that over there anyway. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think that that's a smart. I think that what's gonna happen is they're gonna put brick currency, but I don't think they're gonna try to kill the American dollar. What I think they're gonna do is it's like they'll break up how much of it is. So if the normal rate was like $2, then they'll be like, all right, then you need to buy a point this of the brick currency to be able to do business with us. I don't think they're gonna try to get us out of there. I just don't see that as a smart move. Now, you got to be ready because just because I don't think that's gonna happen, shit, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's not gonna happen, not us, not us, and then be like, Jay, it happened, you know. But it would just be dumb on their part because they would really be bankrupting their own countries by not doing business with one of the biggest consumers in the world, and that is America, unfortunately.
So looking right now on CNN, the U.S. is the richest country in the world. We are worth 18.62 trillion dollars. China is the second richest, worth 11.22 trillion dollars, and then Japan is third, worth 4.94 trillion dollars. And the thing is that with brick currency, what the and this is on CNN as well. With brick currency, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make the U.S. dollar be worth less, so the U.S. will not be able to afford their nuclear weapons. Well, the U.S. nuclear weapons and everything else that we have, so far as our military and everything else like that, is the main idea of brick currency, and it's mainly to destroy the democracy that we have here. Pretty much what I'm going to say in layman's terms, what Trump was doing when he was in office, is working to destroy the democracy that we have here. And the thing is that with brick currency making the U.S. dollar being worth less, even if they make it worth $2, when it even if they, because right now, when you go to do the exchange rate at pretty much any country that you go to, the U.S. dollar, you can normally get more. And what they're trying to do is make it where you can
Hmm.
get less. So where you spend, well, $1, in order to switch over to brick currency, say you travel to somewhere or whatever, you do $1, you would need $55 in order to buy brick currency. So the people that's here in the U.S., they won't be as rich as they are now. I do agree with you. Like, it'll make things harder so far as to get things and everything else like that. But that's all part of destroying the democracy and the U.S. government that we have now. That
I mean, what
they're
people,
trying to destroy.
one thing about the people is where in America is wherever they see opportunity, they seize opportunity. So the very moment that they do try to do what we all know that they're trying to do, the very moment that they do that, watch what I tell you. That what's going to happen is people here in America are going to figure out how to be able to get those materials that they can't get from overseas and be able to offer all of the service that overseas is offering cheaper. It's just what America does. It's always been like that. It's gonna always be like that. That's just what America does. If it gets to a point to where something's too expensive to get from over there, then they'll figure out somebody here in a basement, in a kitchen, and somewhere is gonna figure out how to make it cheaper. Another thing is they'll be shooting themselves in the foot because a lot of the feed that China and them get to feed their animals and stuff like that come from farms that's over here. So I
Yeah,
mean,
like the
it's just
same
one of
way,
those things.
like the same way, like how we sell them horses, how we sell them horses for meat and things like that. The U.S.
Yeah.
doesn't eat horses, but we sell them millions of dollars worth of horses a year for just for meat.
Hmm. So then what happens is because brick currency goes up, now we just charge them more money for the horses. You see what I'm saying? All I'm saying is trying to bankrupt another country would only bankrupt your country when you depend so much on that country to consume your resources.
Yes,
Now
and
I'm gonna say that,
I get what you're saying. I
yeah,
get what you're saying. Well, I don't,
now
I
I'm gonna
don't, I
say the
don't
word
see.
Africa is gonna come up out of this though, because the one person who has been getting fucked over for so many years has been Africans, because they have found ways. Damn, I did that wrong. They have found ways to America has always found ways to be able to what's it called, get the resources from Africa for damn near free. America and a couple of France, a couple other countries have basically been robbing Africa of their resources. So Africa gonna come up for this, because they're gonna be like, we wasn't really getting paid that much anyway. So this is because they're also trying to back their stuff with their gold. That's why they've been real hard on getting rid of the French and everything else like that. And so I think they have already started to separate from France. So that's why they've worked so hard to do that. They'll probably be the one country that comes up because they got most of the resources out here in the world. So they'll be the ones to really, turn up, come up. But these other places that that already had structure, that was already getting us to buy their resources and stuff like that, they really screwing themselves over. Because again, you've seen it. You go to places and you shop, Jay, and you be like, "Oh, okay, that look good." And you look at the price and you be like, "How much?" Oh, hell no, put that back. You know
But
what
the
I'm
thing
saying?
is, but the thing is that you said that Africa come up from that. But the thing is, over 30 countries use Africa for resources. So if you Africa
Hmm.
switch over to brick currency, if Africa switches over to brick currency, and just saying they're following along with Russia and China, and they switch over to brick currency, and then the other countries they work with switch over to brick currency as well. It would just make it difficult for the US.
It would and wouldn't. Again, it depends on how it's negotiated. So if one brick currency equals $55, right?
Hmm.
If one brick equals $55 in American cash, and right now we already pay. Let's just say one brick equals $50, so I can help you break it down easily, so we ain't got to divide 55 in half, which is $27.50, just so people don't think I'm slow. But if right now what we pay is $27.50, right, for which is half of a brick currency for an item, just because they go, all right, we're gonna base our money off brick, don't mean that they gonna go, now you have to buy this item, so now that we're on brick, for one brick. What they'll do is they'll go, all right, your total, if it's negotiated right, it could be negotiated right, but if it's negotiated right, they should just negotiate it to where, all right, my cost is $27.50 originally, and now that's just the cost of half of your brick, so I'm buying a half a brick. The cost doesn't go up,
But
but their
but the
system
thing is,
changes.
is that I don't think that you're seeing is that it is that switching over to brick currency will reduce the ability for the U.S. Reduce the ability to use it as a U.S. how the U.S. uses our dollar as an economic power. It'll reduce that. And the thing is that if everybody goes with this, except the U.S., because right now the U.S. is totally against it. So if everybody goes with this, except the U.S., those other countries won't have to accept the U.S. dollar. They can say
It
no.
won't, but the thing is what I'm telling you is they're gonna accept the US dollar because we're the ones who primarily make their income. That's what I'm telling you. They don't have
Yeah.
to. We don't have to
Yes,
do a
but the
lot of
thing
stuff
is,
in life, but we're not gonna shoot ourselves in the foot by not doing it when that's the biggest consumer.
yes, but is that the thing is when it comes to the fact of trading and stock market, international trading, and everything else like that,
Hmm.
how much US will have to spend, and that's what they want to do. That's what they
What
want to do.
and that's what I'm saying. US can be like, I'm not spending it.
But the thing is,
That's
The U.S. can't say they're not spending it if we get majority of our oil from there. If we get majority of our resources that we need come from there. the oil that we use for gas, the oil that we use for our lights, our power, everything else like that, we get majority of that oil from there. Yes, there's oil drilling here in the
we
US,
do,
but
but we I'm
we
not
don't have wells. We don't have as many oil wells as Africa, Russia or those areas right there. We don't have those many oil wells.
you're right, but we have enough reserves to starve them of their money for quite some time. We have enough
But do
wells in the because I used to work on the
but do
oil
we
rigs in the
but
Gulf
do
of
we
Mexico.
but do
They
we
got
do
plenty of
but
oil there.
do we have enough reserve? Do we have enough reserve to fight back for a long period of time with how much the U.S. is growing? As we see every single day, we're building
Yes.
new subdivisions everywhere. They're growing new things. Even here in
Yes.
Clarksville, Tennessee, they're getting ready to build a whole nother water plant because so that they can still provide water to everybody, clean water the way they need. So the thing
What
is
I'm
that
telling you is
the thing
yes, they do have that. If you ever want to go look at how many oil rigs they have in the Gulf of Mexico, right off the coast of right off the coast of Texas, because I used to actually work on the oil rig as a roustabout. Well, I tell you, there are a lot of oil rigs out there and a lot of wells out there, and there's a lot of oil in the Gulf of Mexico. There's a lot there, and we do have the resources. Now,
we
again,
only have
hopefully
we
they
only
get somebody in office that's gonna negotiate and be able, because that's really all it is being able to sit down and negotiate, right? Like a lot of the times where people, um, a lot of the times where people have issues is because they can't negotiate. you know, the negotiation with them sucks. But they should really sit down and just negotiate with the other countries to figure out how they can make it beneficial to everybody. One,
okay.
I think the Russia
So
jumped on board because we jumped in their business. Like honestly, if you really look at it, China jumped on board because we put tariffs against them. Russia jumped on board because we jumped in their business with Ukraine. Africa jumped on board because we've been stealing their resources for years. So it's kind of like saying all your ops then got together and made this. But if you really go back and look at how we keep getting into other people's business instead of minding our own business, then we kind of bring some of that stuff on ourselves. And that's the part that sucks because it's people like me and you who don't got shit to do with that. We don't like us, the regular folks don't got nothing to do with what's going on over there.
yeah,
Not
that's true.
black people. As a matter of fact, every person on this phone, if we saw some shit happen that ain't none of our business, the first thing we say as black people is, shit, ain't got nothing to do with me. We calling about our motherfucking business. But, I think that America should start adopting that. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And we move on and start minding our business. And then we
Okay.
wouldn't have so many enemies. And that's why they're doing that. When you got people, because basically what they're saying is they're going to each other and saying, hey, they are number one, right? But we're only number one by ourselves. They're trying to join together. If they join together, then technically they number one. Because
Yeah,
China is
but
already number two.
the thing is that the thing is back to the back. I'm just saying back to the oil thing. Okay, so the oil so far as the U.S. have is literally about 44.4 billion barrels, right? And that's even in reserve as well. The U.S.
Mm-hmm.
the U.S. uses per year 7.4 billion barrels per year. And the thing is that we get majority of the oil that we get here in the U.S. Yes, we have drilling and everything else like that, but the thing is that there's not that much oil out there. And the thing is, majority of oil we get is from Canada, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Colombia. That's majority of where the U.S. oil comes from. And the thing is that even okay, we say we have 44.4 billion barrels in reserve. The thing is that we use 7.4 billion barrels a day. And the thing is, the U.S. is growing. I mean, people are populating more and more and more and more. How long is that going to last? If we use 7.4 barrels a year, and that's just right. That right there is just a 2002. I mean, that's just 2002. That's not including the spike from when COVID was, when everybody's having babies from COVID and everything else like that.
Yes,
We
but you
like
also
when
got
you
to
said,
look at that. If they bankrupt us, think about how many people from America have to fly planes to go visit them. Think about how many tourist spots over there because that we
but the thing is,
go to and
you're
do
looking,
all of that.
but the thing is, you're looking at it from that aspect. They're looking at it from a war aspect. If they bankrupt us, it's easier for them to attack us here on our own land. It's easier
I
for them.
mean,
It's easier for them to literally, like somewhat like how they have been trying to do, take over the U.S. Because the
so
thing is that
one, it'll never be, as long as they got
majority
places
of our
like
wars,
Texas, they'll never be able to take over
the but
America. Now
but
they'll
what
be
I'm
able to start wars, but they won't be able to take us over. One thing that we already are the mightiest military on the planet. So, and also
we're the
we also
mightiest
have
military
NATO.
because we're. But the thing is, you're looking at it from where the mightiest military from where we stand at now. The thing is
I
that
mean,
if they change over, if they change over to brick currency and make the U.S. dollar worth less, the U.S. won't be able to afford the military. They won't be able to afford the nuclear weapons that we have. We won't be able to afford the things that we have to make us the most wealthiest country in the world. The thing is that it would
no,
literally
we just
it is
think
literally
that if the
taking.
U.S. we think people think that because people don't think that the US can actually create and do a lot of stuff without other countries. And we can. We can.
But the
Everything that
thing
we
is,
get, we do with any other country, we could do ourselves. All the military tanks that's being built, we could build them ourselves. All of the nuclear weapons that's being built, we don't need them to build that. We choose to go there because it's cheaper. Yes, but we don't need them to build it. And that's
but you
just where
need
it
them to
is.
run it. You need, but you need them. You need them to work with in order to run it. Because the thing
No, you
is,
don't.
hold up,
No, you don't.
hold up, listen.
Got his ass.
Oh, I thought he slapped
No,
somebody.
I've been trying. No, I've been trying to kill that mosquito. I've been I've been trying to kill that mosquito for about 5 minutes now. I've been like, man, let me get this damn mosquito. He done bit me about 3 times in this motherfucker. He a
The thing is,
homosexual in this motherfucker.
the thing is that people don't realize is that we still need those other countries. And the reason why we need those countries is because some of the brightest minds in the world are not here in the U.S. Where we get that brain power and everything else that from is from those other countries. Because the thing is, they teach things that we don't teach here in our U.S. schools. They literally learn things that we don't learn. They do things different. They do things different over there. Even like just say Japan, they start teaching math and multiplication in kindergarten. We don't start teaching that shit to what? Oh, some of the
But
brightest
my thing
minds are
is,
not
what do
here
you
in the
think is
U.S.
gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen when we don't have a choice? Let's just be real. Like, I don't go out and cook every day, right? I go out and I buy food as many times as I need to because I can do that. So if I can go out and buy food, I go out and buy that motherfucker instead of cooking because I
Because you
don't
have
want
that
to cook.
ability. But you
Yeah,
because you
and the
because you have
moment
that
that I no
ability.
longer have that, the moment I no longer have that ability, I have to learn. Like, I didn't know how to cook 2 years ago. Not was it 3 years ago? Yeah, 4 years ago when I first got all my boys, I was a terrible cook. Like,
Hmm.
what the fuck? I'm gonna learn how to cook for they mama cooked like a motherfucker and shit. Her ass was a cooking motherfucker, so I wasn't cooking shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just there. I'm eating. I had maybe 2 dishes I knew how to cook very well, and that was oxtail and spaghetti. That was it. Then with my 2 dishes. But once I was put in a position of where I had to learn how to cook, I learned how to cook. When
But
we're
the
put in
thing
a
is, you
position
learn.
as a people, we
But the
will
thing is,
learn.
where the thing is that the thing is, I think you're still seeing it from one side. You're put in that position where you had to learn. But the thing is, you still had to go to the store to buy it. You still drive your car to the store to go buy it. You still had to get gas for
And
your
what I'm
car in order
telling
to
you
get it.
is,
You still had to make money in order to get it.
what I'm telling you is we don't need other countries to be able to produce it.
Everything can't
We
grow
just
here.
use them. I mean, almost
Everything
everything
can't.
that you can get everywhere else, what can't grow here?
Everything can't grow here. We can't produce
I'm
more
just
oil here.
asking
We
you,
can't.
What I'm saying is we already got oil. I already solved that for you. Go Google how many oil rigs is in the Gulf of Mexico, which is
It's
in
not
U.S.
okay,
territory.
but yeah, but the thing is, you're looking at how many oil rigs. You're just looking at the oil rigs that are there. You're not looking at the
No,
amount of oil that's down there. The amount of oil
and
that's down there is not enough. There's
and what do
the
you
amount
think
of oil
those
that's not.
countries do? What do you think those countries do when they don't have enough of something? Right? They make it to where people can't use it to a certain extent. Like I was just reading that you can't wash your car in Germany on Sundays, and you can't wash it in your driveway or something like that because the um
Okay, I don't know what happened.
telling me back to
Yeah,
that.
we have water restrictions here in the U.S.
We
So
have water restrictions here in the U.S., and that's not stopping
So
anything either.
and that's all and that's what I'm saying. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not stopping
And we
because they're
still,
not
and we,
enforcing it. They will
but the
enforce
thing
it
is,
if they have to.
our aquifers are still because the thing is that you can't make more oil. You can't. And the thing is that even if we switch over to electric cars, guess what are running those plants that those electric cars are plugging up to?
I mean, you're making it
What
seem
what
like
what
if we
what's
don't
running
have
those?
oil, what you're making it seem like is if we don't have oil, we don't have years worth of reserves. I mean, we do have years worth of reserves,
We
and you only
we
need
have
one
seven.
year. You only need one year to bankrupt them for not getting your money. You only
But
need
the thing
one
is,
year to bankrupt those other countries. Most of them
but the
are
thing
in
is that
wars
you're
with
only
other people.
But the thing is that you're only looking at those three countries. The thing is
No,
that the thing is
I'm looking at the countries that
if
I'm looking
other
at the other
countries join,
countries. I'm sorry, you said what?
I say you're only looking at those three countries, Africa, China, and Russia. But the thing is that what they're trying to do, if more countries join, the thing is that we won't have those resources, the resources that we can't reproduce on our own, the resources that we can't do on our own. Because the thing is, everybody still needs power, everybody still needs water, everybody still needs all of these things. So the thing is that you still need food, you still need wheat, you still need grain. We can't produce it the way they produce it because their climates are different. You can grow it here, yes, you can grow it here, but you won't be able to grow it in mass quantities like they do because their climates are completely different than here in the US.
But what you're also not looking at is that America has treaties with other people, and to be able to join something that would negatively affect America would be against those treaties. So we're only looking at America being affected, but and while also forgetting that we have allies and we have a whole bunch of other countries that would also be
We have
affected. So what do you think that would create? That would create a
we
world
have
war,
allies.
and
We have
Mhm.
allies, we have treaties, we have allies, we have treaties, we have all of those things. But the thing is, you're not understanding is that if other countries join into those, right? Because it benefits their country. The thing is, it'll be just like other treaties that had ties that was with us at some point. They no longer are with us
Yes,
because
they
the
may
thing
not
is,
be with us, but you also got to look at a lot of those treaties depend on us to help back them. Like, let's just be real. For example, Ukraine. If they came to Ukraine and was like, we'll put you on brick and that'll help you be independent of America while Russia's over there trying to take over their whole country, do you think they're going to go, oh, yeah, we'll get on your system just so another country can move in and invade them? A lot of countries depend on us to be able to help them out in bad times, and they're not jumping ship to try to get on brick currency. If anything, what they do is they fight the brick currency. They will fight it because it would inevitably them not being in having a treaty with us puts them at risk of being invaded by other people that want their lands. A lot of the countries that went into treaty with us went into treaty so that we could mind their business and be doing what we do right now, which is getting other people business because they
but
can't hold their own.
but do you know why Russia is fighting with Ukraine?
I mean, I know why Russia is fighting with Ukraine. I just think it's stupid to be fighting with Ukraine.
They're fighting
Um,
with Ukraine over wheat and grain. They're fighting with Ukraine. Russia's fighting with Ukraine over wheat and grain. And the thing is that
that's
if
not
that
the
can
only
happen,
reason they're fighting with Ukraine. They're fighting with Ukraine also because they don't like the fact that they seceded from Russia a long time ago. They've always wanted. This isn't the first time they've had wars to try to make Ukraine. Because if all they wanted was wheat and grain, then what they'd be doing right now is they be having negotiations on how they can get more wheat and grain. What
Negotiations
they
didn't work. The
negotiations that they had wasn't about wheat and grain. Like I can
yeah,
go show you 5 articles where what they want and what they're specifically requesting is that Ukraine become a part of Russia. That's more than just
yes,
wheat and grain.
Wait,
yes,
pause. Because I think, but it sounds like both can be true at
yeah.
the same
They're both
time.
true.
They're both can be true that they were fighting over wheat and grain or what
Mm-hmm.
have you, or food supplies or whatever, and they also could be the fact that Ukraine seceded from them. So
Yes,
I think
and
both
this is
ideas
just
can be true.
this is just what I just looked up. But they're fighting over they are fighting over both. It is correction. They are fighting over both. But the thing is that the main reason why they're fighting now is because Putin wants command of their wheat and grain. Because Ukraine stopped selling wheat and grain to Russia. And then, but the thing is that the thing is, if Russia gets Ukraine back, if Russia gets Ukraine back, Putin can be over command over how the wheat and grain is sold.
I mean, but that's the thing. That's just like somebody saying, "I'm gonna come, hold your store hostage so you can sell wings at the price I want you to sell wings at." That's just kind of wild. And that's why they at war. If it's Ukraine's wheat and grain, then they hold the right and should hold the right to be able to sell it for whatever price they want.
Yes, but Putin wants control over how much they sell it for. So Putin wants
So
Ukraine
essentially, he can get a
part
cut.
of Russia,
I
so
So
that
mean,
he can get a
essentially,
cut of it because he
and
was
that
not
is
getting a cut of it
wrong.
before.
And that's wrong. That's
Yes,
Ukraine is not your country. Go to your country, figure out how you can grow wheat and grain in your own country, and you
but
ain't got to worry about that.
but it's I'm glad that you said that because that's back to where I'm going. Wheat and grain can't grow in Russia the same way it grows in Ukraine because the climates are different. And that's
They
what I'm
have
saying. And a lot of
greenhouses. They have greenhouses out here that will literally help you to be able to grow whatever you're trying to grow, and you can create the environment for whatever you're trying to create out here. Trust me,
and
they have that.
they
the same way
probably have
US
that, but if it grows better and
faster.
faster
Hmm.
in this climate based area, then I can get the same amount in this area for cheaper than having
Hmm.
the growth houses or whatever you said. If
Hmm.
I can have it cheaper over here, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Then
Yeah.
if the inflation, but if you don't like the price, here's the thing. If you don't
It's
like, I
the same
get that.
same thing with here in Florida with citrus. Citrus grows better here. Not to say that citrus can't grow in Georgia, Kentucky,
California and
Hmm.
everywhere
else,
else.
but if it's better, we can produce more groves here in Florida, then absolutely. It's
Yes, and it does grow better in Florida. I ain't never tasted any type of citrus fruit better than anywhere, in Florida. But we
wait,
can't come down there and invade
wait.
Florida if we don't like your price. We can't just come
But
down
the
there and be
thing
like, y'all gonna
is
sell it
that
to the price we want you to sell it, or we gonna invade y'all, kill your people, and and you're gonna become a part of it. Like Texas
But
can't
oh,
go. We want that.
but even if you look at it historically, that's
that's
something
how
that's
everything
happening with
works.
countries whether it's other countries against other countries, cities against other cities, towns, villages, and everything else. That's
That's
literally
how the Native Americans that's how the Native Americans lost their land.
Hmm.
It's
And
literally
that's
how.
how they'll and what ends up happening from that is you get people who be like, hey, well, America, you one of my allies, so let's band up against them and we'll do that. And then you get France that goes, hey, their stuff is costing us stuff. So France is already on the other side, and France is another superpower out here with their
But the
NATO. So
but
they'll
the
be able
thing
to
is
control the waters. So
but the
then
thing
you end up
is
in a
that
situation where you get messed up.
but the thing is where I think that you're not seeing where I'm coming from is that what makes allies? What makes allies? What makes allies is money.
I mean,
And the thing is
we
that
gotta
if you
have a
destroy
common goal.
what makes allies is money. It's never been a common goal with anything.
Sometimes it's not
like
about the money. That's what I'm
they
trying to
say
tell you.
how they say how they say money makes the world go round. How they say money makes the world go round. The reason why we have allies right now is because we're the richest country in the world.
If
The
money,
reason
here's
why
the
we
thing: if
have
money was the only reason that it was
people on side,
allies, China has offered to buy so many people out. They haven't switched. It's not all about the money. It's some people out there that
do,
just don't want to be owned. They don't want to be like, let's
but
just
do
be
you
real. They just don't want to be under nobody else.
are you are you are
Ukraine
you
is
are
one
you
of those
forgetting
places.
are you forgetting that the U.S. still owes China? The
The
U.S. still
U.S.
owes
makes
China.
the U.S. does owe China, and yet you see we ain't going. Let's go ally with China because it's not about the money. At the end of the day, you
Because
got some people that run countries that just don't want to ally with other people, whether it's money or not money, because they just don't. And that's the part that sucks. Because again, these moves and stuff isn't being made by people on our level. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not there. We're not making those decisions and stuff like that. These moves are being made by people who really don't give a shit about what happens to their constituents. And it sucks. But, you got some countries out here that don't give a shit about your money and they give a care about some people care about their pride and not being owned by somebody. Some countries want their independence. Africa is one of those countries right now to where they
I
like, fuck it, it's not about money. We want our independence. You got people like Ukraine that just want their independence. That's why you got,
you
they're fighting Russia.
you do realize that China is not allies with majority of countries in the world. China's number one ally is Russia, and that's been since 1950 when Russia
Hmm.
helped them fight in a war.
But the whole point is, you're
China's
right.
China
They're not.
China 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 normally goes left when it comes to anything with the United Nations. China goes left.
And
China doesn't
what
really
does
stay
that
on board
that
with
and
everybody.
that creates what's it called? Enemies. So all I'm saying is the same way you see people joining BRICS. Trust me, there's a lot of people who like I don't fuck with them. And here's the pettiest part about it: we are getting our lives decided by people who don't like other people based off dumb little petty decisions. Let's just be real. Because of stuff like what you just said, you like because you're right about that, right? Like because China didn't go and join the world, you know what I'm saying, the little world coalition thing, they created enemies just for dumb shit like that. Hey, I don't like them. They didn't jump on board with what we had. And people don't like them. So all I say is we get people who smart like you, smart like Daisha, smart like me. And what we do is we get out here and we hustle. We already have our backup plan, but whatever's happening, we don't have no control over it. If they
But
all
how
decide to
much?
jump in on bricks, then we don't have no control. That's what they do.
And yet, that's the other thing I was getting to, is that that was the other thing I was getting to it's not us, because the thing is that like we always say voting starts in the small, and the thing is that we need to get rid of a lot of people that's in office currently, a lot of people that are sitting on the Supreme Court and everything else like that, in order for things to change. Because the thing is, we still have
They
90,
need
we
they
still have
need
90
term
80,
limits.
we have 70,
Need
80s,
term
and
limits
90-year
and
olds
age.
running the
We need
country.
term limits and age limits, just like Chucky is saying.
Yeah, and then the
We
thing is
definitely
that when
because Mitch McConnell need to be gone. I don't even know why he's still there.
it's not even
I
Mitch
don't even know how
McConnell,
he's still
it's
there.
it's not even Mitch McConnell. Who is the who Double Dose, you'll know this. Who is the black lady that's Speaker of the House?
Maxine Waters.
Maxine Waters. She needs to go. Who is she is literally
Maxine Waters. Nancy Pelosi has just announced
yeah.
that she's going to rerun for her seat.
I'm
I
telling
forgot.
you, Mitch McConnell was one of the people.
It's
Joe
not just the
Biden,
people that's out
he's
here
up there in
secretly.
age. He's up there in age. He
Do
shouldn't have even
do
been
you
able to
do
to
It's
run.
but
him.
do but
Hold on,
but do
pause.
you
Pause. It's him. It's oh Lord. It's Maxine Waters. It's Nancy Pelosi. It's Trump. Because Trump, people fail to realize that Trump, Bernie Sanders, all of them are over 80. All them people are
and
over 80. They
the
need to
thing
stop.
is Max
They need to get out of office and let people who these laws are actually going to affect actually
Max,
sit in these seats and run.
Maxine
Mm-hmm.
Waters, Maxine Water, Nancy Pelosi, all of them are older than the president. All of them are older than the president. We literally have people. We literally have people out here that's telling what needs to be taught to our children. There are not even in the age range to have children. They wombs been closed off a long time ago, and penises probably stopped working. But
Somebody had
the thing is that when it gets back to brick currency and it goes to China and all the rest of them, there are 30 countries part of NATO right now. 30 countries. And the thing is, a lot of those countries are only part of NATO because only working with allies and everything else like that. I mean, working with the U.S. or France or whoever those allies may be, only working with them because we're helping them in some sort. The thing is, if you switch over to brick currency and the U.S. cannot afford to help them, what do you think they're going to go? They're going to go to brick currency. They're going to go against us. They're not going to work with us. It has nothing to do. That's the thing that I don't think anybody realizes. It has nothing to do with an agreement or just because you don't like that country, whatever. It has to all do with money. That's the same reason why we have all these senior citizens still sitting in office. Has to do with money and power. That's what every country wants is money and power. If you can give them money and power, the thing is that literally everything else, everything, if they all work together on the aspect of money and power, it would destroy the US dollar. It would destroy the things that we have in our everyday life in the US. And that's the thing is that I don't think anybody realizes when it comes to currency and how it is. Because the same way a couple of years ago, when the U.S. I mean, when the guy was trying to switch over to was it cyber currency, and they wanted
Bitcoin.
that to be the yeah, no, Bitcoin. It was not just Bitcoin. It's just I was just using all cyber currency. They wanted to use cyber currency. They want to use cyber currency for everything. And the thing is, what did they say? Oh no, oh no, that's illegal. You can't do that. You can't change. You can't just create a whole new currency, whatever. This isn't creating a new currency. It will be going back to gold. It'll be going back to using gold, not using dollars and things like that how we use now. And that's the biggest thing that I don't think that we
I
pay
don't think
attention
it's nobody. I don't think it's that nobody's not paying attention because I've seen this brick conversation on social media platforms and what have you. A lot of it is a lot of people just don't know what to do. What are we? What are we supposed to do other than vote? Because we've also realized too that half the time our votes really don't do anything because we
to. Yeah.
can. Most of the people that we voted for, they're in off that we voted for. They're not even in office. Just like here in Florida, what's that slew footed joker name? He removed somebody out of office in Orlando. What's her name? Monique somebody. He removed her out
Mm-hmm.
of office
Monique Waters.
because she disagreed with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because she disagreed with him. Like so it's like people are voting. Like if you ever worked the polls, if you ever signed up anybody, you know people are going out and voting. Yes, we got those few people who
They voting the wrong way though, and that's the part
that's not
that I guess.
that's not always true. And that's not true. That's really not true because you have some people that like we can look at the stats and see that people have voted, you know,
I'm not
differently.
talking about by parties. I'm saying we're so focused on presidents, but we
Now,
don't even focus that much on the Senate and House.
okay, what I'm talking about is regarding all of the positions, not just the president. I'm talking about all of it. What I'm not just limiting it to that. The thing is that with both of the conversation that y'all was having, yes, it's great, but what are we the little people supposed to do? What are we supposed to do when we see that they're gerrymandering and everything else, which that deals mostly with local votes? What are we supposed to do? How are we
Yeah.
how are we supposed to combat this whole thing? Because you can tell people can tell us all day long, call your constituents, call your representative, call your this, call your that, send them an email, send them a letter, do all this other stuff. We can do all this grunt work and they still ignore us. Just like here in
Yeah.
Florida, just like just like the conversation I was having with you earlier about the about the price of rent and everything else here in Florida, people
Yeah,
do
that
write
shit crazy.
people do write their our governor and our senator and our representative. We do complain to our council people and everything else, but most of it falls on deaf ear. People are doing it. So if we're looking at it from the thing that affects us every single, like, and like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that bricks isn't important, but truth be told, we got this everyday shit that's going on that's really, really bothersome to everybody. Like the cost of rent, like the cost of food and all this other stuff.
And that's why that's what I was saying earlier with our democracy. I said we're literally working and destroying our own democracy. Like when you go with Ron DeSantis, what he did in order so he can run for president, he literally changed the law so he can still sit in the seat and still run for president without any vote, without anything. Or the thing is, what they do is they'll put what you really want up under that thing you're voting for, and then they'll something else that you can't really get, something else you really don't want, but the really thing that you really do want, you have to vote for it because it's all in one bill.
Right.
Like that's why I said,
Because we in the state of, I'm just gonna use this as an example, but in the state of Florida, we voted for abortion rights over 6 weeks. We didn't vote for the abortion ban. We voted for to have rights to abortions here in the state of Florida. But what did that small man did? Put the ban in anyway. Who is that benefiting? Nobody.
not him and his wife. She on chemo. She can't have kids.
I wouldn't care if she did. So because and I mean, and then look also, we talked about this on the podcast as well, but about him getting rid of permanent alimony in Florida. Some of the people that put him in office is not happy about that, but
But that was put up under a bill, up under something else.
of course. But the thing is, it's some of the same people who vote in his direction. They're not happy about that neither.
Yeah.
But my
But the
whole
thing
thing
is,
is that with this whole with trying to stay on topic with the brick conversation, what is the little people supposed to do? How are we supposed to fix it? That's what I want to know.
that's what I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. Because the
And
thing
that's
is that if other countries become allies and everything else like that, there's nothing that we can do. If other
and
countries work
see and
together and everything like that, there's nothing we can do. There's other countries really working this, literally working to destroy our democracy. It literally came out that thing, the whole little Trump thing, and voting for Trump. I mean, Trump, which should not have won presidency, and now they're doing a whole little court case and everything else like that. But the thing is, come to find out, Russia had a hand in that as well. We have other countries trying to destroy our democracy.
I mean, one of the things, and that's why when a lot of people hear me talk, they think, oh, well, you just a Republican or you just that. No, I'm just a realist. And you said one of the things that a lot of people don't say. There is nothing you can do about it. That is the fact. Like, if they gonna go to bricks, they gonna go to bricks. So as far as that situation, there is nothing we could do, but there is something that I can do for me and my family, for my friends. I could prepare them. I could try to put them in a position, because here's the thing. If whatever the cost of whatever goes up, like you said, people still gonna want those services, right? So I
Mhm.
want to put my friends in a position to be able to sell those services. So we don't got to be the ones that's affected by bricks, because we're going to be the ones providing the services. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to put us in position to where we're the providers and not the consumers. The most people who are going to be mad or upset or affected by this are going to be consumers, because they're the ones that's going to have to buy it. But when you're consuming so that you can turn that consumption into a profit, then it hits different. So that's my goal. So can we do anything about them going to bricks? No, not really. And that's why I don't really stress myself out about us going to bricks, because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. What I do is I get information from intelligent people like Chucky. I get information from him, and then I start formulating a plan so that I don't have to be, severely affected. If I know the blow is coming, I can brace for it. If I don't know it's coming, then it's going to hurt.
But the thing is that you're a business owner, and you have a really
Mm-hmm.
you have a really good business. But the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
just saying, you switch over to bricks. We switch over to brick currency. How do you prepare? How do you prepare your friends, your family, and everybody else like that for it to be I mean, to be somebody that can provide products and everything else like that? When the products that you're using, just saying, you chicken wing man, just saying your chicken wings, your price of chicken wings go from what they at now where they at now, I don't know how much they are, but they go from where they at now to $300 a case. How are you going to stay
I
in
mean, the
business?
thing
No,
is the likelihood that they'll go to $300 the case is very slim. Because the
I
good
was
thing
I,
about chicken is it's
I was
grown in
just using
Texas. But
I was just
if
using that as an
if
example.
um if my cost of goods go up, my prices go up. Trust me, if my prices went up, everybody else's prices went up. So if that price went for one thing, it went up, then everybody else's price is gonna go up. And the only way that person to go out of business is if people go, we no longer want to buy this because this is too expensive. And if they go, they no longer want to buy this because this is too expensive. Guess where majority of that stuff is coming from? China. And in China is one of we consume more stuff from China than any other country. So it's gonna go back to what I said. China, when people stop buying it, or people go, this is too expensive, so we won't buy it from the business, right? The sellers. And then we go, well, we can't sell it, so we're gonna stop buying it from the distribution centers. The distribution centers go, we can't distribute it, so we're gonna stop buying it from the manufacturers. The manufacturers is in China. That affects their pockets too, which is why I feel like, yes, they may be switching over to a new system, but I don't think it's to destabilize America. I do think
But the
it's to
thing,
be independent and to be able to I think they just want to be able to measure dicks and be able to say, our dick is bigger than yours, and we want y'all to start doing what we want you to do. I do think that that's possibly going to happen.
I know mine
but
bigger.
the thing is that the thing is that okay, and then okay, you go that route, and you end up just doing the making the product yourself. You keep the products here in the U.S. and just saying we're not producing fast enough and everything else like that. And then you end up with most stuff that's
Prices still
lab
go
grown.
up.
I wasn't
Prices
done.
still go up.
I wasn't done, but I'm just saying, like you're just saying, like you use more things that are lab grown. It's like how they doing how the FDA just approved lab grown chicken. You don't the chicken does not have to have bones. The chicken can grow in a jar, perfectly fine. You can sell it and everything else like that. And then you have the thing with the people here in the U.S. becoming sicker and everything else like that because it's not years of testing. This is just we can do this now. Let's go ahead and just sell this out to the people. So I mean, but the thing is that like either way it goes, it's just pretty much
You know what I found out during COVID? I found out that a lot of the corn, because when chicken went up, I went and did a deep investigation as to how in the fuck they can't keep up with chicken after one snowstorm. I went and found out that one a lot of farms get paid to not sell their crop, basically to get rid of it. They get paid by the government to not do their crops. The
mm-hmm.
ones that were selling their crops during COVID was selling it to the Chinese. The Chinese was turning back and selling it back to us higher price.
Mm-hmm.
That lets us know that we got something that they want. They got something we want. If we get new leader, like Double D said, they should be able to sit down and negotiate that. Hey, you got what we want. We got what you want. Let's meet somewhere in the middle. You want us to stay out your motherfucking business. We'll stay out your business as long as whatever you do in your business don't affect what we got going on over here. We don't care. So that means if you attack a country and you take control over they wheat and grain, and that cost our cost to go up, then we get involved. I think we need to get people with same minds over there doing negotiations, because the people over there doing it now only focusing on themselves. Like even Joe Biden, he has ties over there, businesses in Ukraine. He has money things going over there in Ukraine. I can't trust his decisions at that point.
He's a hobosexual in Ukraine.
Pretty much. Pretty much. And his son is facing several federal charges. You ain't finna tell me at his high position in the political world, he know what the fuck his son was doing.
I mean, we had a whole president that was elected president, and he was literally had open charges for molesting little children. That was Trump.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
that just lets you know. And you ain't gonna tell me that people didn't know back then.
Of course they knew. It was
knew.
I'm sorry. It was publicly documented that he found his daughter attractive. So like that alone should have not allowed him to be in the office. But hell,
Let me tell you what happened. Republicans really didn't want him or like him in the office. Let's really be real. They didn't. I ain't talking about the followers. I ain't even talking about the followers.
Pause. What you eating?
You done ate like 7 meals on this podcast. You've been snacking this whole time.
I mean, just smacking away. You do realize people got to hear this shit, right?
I ain't know. You look, I'm trying not to, but I ain't got no teeth in the back from eating all this candy. That's why my head game so good.
Well, hold on. You use the back of your mouth?
Listen, I'm like, what you mean?
So when you ain't got teeth right there, you get better suction when you suck on the clit.
I have got some gray hair there from some senior citizens back in the day.
I ain't never tried that one, so.
Some great hair.
So yeah, but all I'm saying is the Republicans, a lot of politicians, people don't even realize it. They didn't want Trump being president, but they didn't want to lose to a Democrat. And Trump had a way to be able to move people by tightening up some of these racist people.
But it also came out he didn't win the election. He cheated.
I mean, even if he cheated, in their mind, they still won because they got him for 4 years.
He cheated for 4 years. But the thing is that I don't know. But with the degree of the climate of how everything is here in the US, I'm literally getting words off of things around my desk degree.
Y'all, we have ran over time.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Yeah. With the degree of climate, the weather, how things are, I believe that the U.S. is setting everybody up for failure. Please have a backup plan. If there's an apocalypse, you will not see Chucky after the apocalypse. My plan is to go during it. But
yeah, baby, I'm taking myself out. I'm not even.
I like resources. I like resources like music and Wi-Fi and other things that I cannot live without. So,
babe, I literally hooked myself up to my machine just a little while ago. So, like, I don't have a fighting chance. So it's like, okay.
Don't worry, I got you.
I appreciate it.
I got you.
Put me out my misery.
No, we're gonna rob other people of their machines. That's what we're gonna do. Hey, let me get that up off you real quick.
Now we're gonna rob the other. Wait a minute, we're gonna rob the other dialysis patients.
Yeah.
We might as well just go out there.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, hey, you stage 3. You don't need this no more. It's a wrap for you anymore.
We'll just go out there and find a healthy treatment.
We can find. Hey, look, it's an apocalypse. It's gonna be a healthy kidney everywhere you go. I might fuck up and bring the wrong blood type 3 times. I'll be like, this ain't the right time.
Okay, well, I'm O positive, so bring the correct blood type. I'm O positive.
Oh, you can bring anyone, then can't you? Because you're shit. Be like, hey, look, but I got one for you, and if you got 2 other O positive friends, I got 2 more in the back in the cooler, man.
Wait.
Yours is free. They gotta pay 5. They gotta pay 1 brick. Yours is free. I need 20 bricks for these motherfucking kidneys.
We gonna need you not. Hold on. We gonna need you not to scratch your chin. We ain't talking about those bricks. We ain't talking about those bricks.
You know, I'm letting my hair grow back in. This is the itchiest phase I've never had.
Oh, get some. I know this may sound crazy. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but it works really, really well for the itchiness. Like, I'm using it since I cut mine off. Get some do grow. It works tremendously great. Hello. It worked when you came in at the ass.
Do grow?
Yeah, some do grow. It's only like $3 at Walmart, but it helped with the itchiness, and it'll help with your ingrown hairs too.
Whoo, them ingrown hairs be getting me.
Nah, I'm good for plucking out them ingrown hairs. Now I'm good for it.
See, as long as you can pluck it out quick, because I be having people.
Somewhere else, somebody else.
I be having people fucking me over. They be like, yeah, you know, I got you on the ingrown. Then I get that motherfucker get fucked off. I'll be like, yeah, I'm about to shoot you.
Listen, so as long as I get my hand on some alcohol and some tweezers, I got you.
Bet.
What you said about my wig, Chucky?
I said, Becky done got the new wig and hitting on the guest.
Hey, look,
my bad. Is that Monica?
Y'all know I'd have been relationship napped in this motherfucker.
I'm a lady before I'm anything, so I don't backdoor anybody. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well, I walk out back door every day, so I'm gonna just.
But does Monica? But does Monica?
Yeah,
Monica with the new wig.
Shit, I hope she don't got a wig, because I'm sure gonna be like, man, if you don't take that old thing off, me this motherfucker wearing a goddamn wig over here. Who the fuck you think you is, Double D? You can't watch no more shit talk show. No more, goddamn it. I'm sick of your ass.
Y'all so wicked.
Y'all be careful for hobosexuals out there. This is definitely the season. Well, it's almost there. It's for some reason still weirdly warm. I think we're gonna have a real cold winter. I know I sound old when I say that. Old people say that. But be careful with them hobosexuals. And if you stay in places where it snow, don't get snowed in with nobody.
Don't get COVID with one.
Yeah, don't get COVID with one.
Don't get COVID with one.
Well, they took down the days of how many days you got to stay in the house for COVID. You only got to stay in the house for 2 days now if you got COVID. Oh yeah, there is a stronger strand of COVID out there that's taking milk.
Oh yeah, please make sure you wear your mask, use your hand sanitizer. I mean, granted, it may not work, but
I'm about to say, mask is probably one of the worst things that you can wear, and I'm going to tell you why. It's not the mask itself; it's the human who wears the mask.
Okay.
I've saw so many times, because I gotta, being in the restaurant field, to make you go through all these classes on how you spread foodborne illnesses and pathogens and all of that stuff. So when people are wearing a mask and they talk or they do whatever, it slides down. First thing they subconsciously do is pull it back up. So that mask that just trapped all that bacteria, because you've been sneezing in it, coughing in it, doing all of that, you just subconsciously put it back up. They don't even think to go wash their hands because they subconsciously did it. They don't know they did it.
Motherfuckers out here don't wash their ass.
I mean, I'm just being real. Just like that's what ends up happening is that, they literally don't go wash their hands after they touch that mask, and everything they touch, they just spread bacteria on it. Especially at the Walmarts and stuff, I was watching them adjust their mask and then touch the clothes as they was going through the hangers. And then somebody else was going over there to touch those same clothes. And I told them, I was like, you might not want to touch that, because that person was over there coughing their lungs down, move their mask, and then touch the clothes. So whatever they got, you can have.
I'm
So
just saying
y'all just
this.
want to be careful with the masks.
That's why I keep my
People
little
don't.
spray,
People,
of antibacterial spray. I keep it.
You do
people
that
still
because
don't wash
your
their
immunity is
hands.
going to be affected, especially once you. So just know that once you get your kidney, because you're going to get it, we're rooting for you. Once you get it, you really want to make sure you avoid people because,
Oh,
and it may
you
not
can
happen
donate.
with yours because you O positive. So you may not have this issue, but I know my dad just got his kidney transplant about 2 years ago, and they had to put him on immunity suppression pills. So his
Hmm.
immunity was weakened, and
Yeah.
he was real
Yeah.
susceptible to everything. So that, and they do that so that it won't reject the kidney. Now, since you're O positive, I don't know how that will go because I don't
Oh,
see
it's
your
the
body
same.
rejecting the
It's the
kidney.
same. It's the
It's the
same.
same.
I still have to be on anti-rejection medicine for the rest of my life, and I
Okay.
can't be out in the sun too long.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And
that's just one of those
Yeah,
things to
because
where you just
you
kind
know, my
of.
daddy got his kidney last year.
yep, he did.
So I
My
do
daddy
have
got
a
his kidney
question.
last year. He still
With
hasn't
you
fixed
being
it.
O positive, don't that mean like you should be able to get a kidney a little bit faster? Because they don't got to be picky with your kidney. They can just hey.
It really doesn't matter because the way they have the transplant process goes now is you don't even have to have the same blood type. It's other factors that go into matching you with with a potential transplant.
Yeah, and you
So
can also donate to a kidney for Daisha. Because you
yes.
still can donate to a kidney for Daisha. Because the thing is that you still have to require to have enough money saved up to afford your medications and everything like that after your kidney transplant.
Send me the
You have to
link.
be. Oh, I'll send it. How long do you have to how much I mean how much money do you have to raise in order
I have
for a
to
kidney?
I so the last time when I met with my social worker, I have to raise at least 2,500 because that's the cost of my medicine for that's just for 1 year. So I have to be able to afford my medication for the first year post transit. Not to say that
Before they is that before they give you a kidney?
Mm-hmm.
that's before. Like the money has to be sitting in my account before they can continue because like I'm at my recertification process, so I have a certain time to submit my bank statement to show that that money is sitting in my account for specifically not like my regular everyday account. Like this is specifically like it could be an extra savings account, which I do have. um Whatever, it just has to be sitting in that account when I go to submit my bank statements to the transplant team. So that money
Mm-hmm.
has to be in there. It ain't got to sit there for a specific time. It can sit there for 2 days as long as I give it to them. Oh, okay, the money was there. That's fine, but the money just got to be there.
And then the thing
Gotcha.
is that with my father, when my father got his transplant, after he got his transplant and everything else like that, his anti-rejection medicine and everything else like that, there was a certain amount of time that Medicaid, and his backup insurance did not pay for that medication. So he
Hmm.
had to pay for that medication out of pocket.
And that's what that's what that $2,500 would cover at my pharmacy because his father lives in a different state. So different state, different
Yeah.
rules. So with my pharmacy, the specialist pharmacy I have to go to, it'll cover that for my first year. So if anything happens, if I lose my job, my disability stops, whatever the case may be, my medication is covered for that year.
Yep. So you can
So
live
and
for a
then
year.
exactly. So but afterwards what happens is Medicaid covers will continue to cover it. It's
Hmm.
just that it's like that initial kind of like down payment, but the medication is extremely expensive, and that's with insurance.
It is.
One of the pills,
Yep.
which they give you like a 30-day, you get 30-day supply, and all this covers 30-day supply. It's like $750 for one bottle of pills. Another one is like $1,200.
Yep.
That's just that's but there will be like I think it's like 8 to 9 medications I'll be on the first 6 months, and then it'll drop from I think 9 medications down to 6, and then those 6 what I'll be on for the rest of my life.
Got you.
Yep. So,
Got you. Got you.
mhm. So hopefully, um, I will. Um, oh, and the other good news is because they've changed the laws around. a lot of people don't know this because the medical system was very, very prejudiced. They had it designated like, black EFGR, which is the measurement of your kidney function, and then just regular EFGR, which is like non-black people or what have you. So because they changed that, that looks like I've been on the list for 3 years versus 1 year. So that helps out a lot too with pushing me up the list as time goes on.
Got you. So just let me know who I gotta go kidnap and put a gun on to get you higher on the list, and
Hey,
we can do
anybody,
this.
anybody you can find at this point, anybody, grab them.
Yeah, be like,
I
hey.
be listen, I be squeezing on people backs and stuff like, oh, I wanted their kidney. Fit in my body.
I'm gonna go send in the Walmart out and find people who buy
I
water.
even asked.
Everybody who buy water, I'm gonna be like, hey, let me holler at you real quick.
I went around him.
Like,
I went.
What you
I
said,
got
Chess?
some. Tell them I got some water over here for you. I want you to try out. You're gonna have a little knockout medicine in there.
Who, me?
No, I'm saying that's what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna go to Walmart with my little spiked water and be like, "Hey, can you try this water out for me?" To everybody that's in the water aisle, they gonna wake up, kidney gone. What's up, baby? We appreciate the donation. Appreciate the donation.
And I'm be in another country that don't have extradition laws. Cause I ain't I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I'm trying
Hey,
to get
look, you don't
trying to
know where
bring
the
a kidney
kidney
in the
came
cooler.
from.
Trying to bring a kidney in the
What
cooler. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, we definitely gonna make sure that kidney get there. You not gonna know where it came from.
It
You
ain't
just
my
gonna know it's
business.
a kidney.
It ain't my business. I'm listen. I'm be sitting in the surgeon. The thing is, a lot of people don't know this. The surgeons, the transplant, they don't. A lot of times they don't ask questions where it came from. As long as it passes certain tests and it doesn't have like any tumors or anything like that, they'll okay. Come on, let's go. Come on, it matches. Let's go. Let's get this. We'll
And
But
if
we'll,
it
we'll send y'all to jail another time. Mm-mm.
mm, nah, but I know I can't. I know people may ask, why can't I donate a kidney? I can't donate a kidney because of health reasons. I had cancer before, like 5 times, and everything else like that. So a kidney is out of the look for me.
Mhm.
To donate. But I tried to give other people's.
shoot,
And
I
I don't
tried to
think
get my daddy a kidney, but shoot, they just wasn't going for me. I don't drink enough water. I don't
I
drink
never
enough
want
water and
nobody
I
to
ain't been
feel
taking
like
care of myself.
they obligated to donate because it is a big decision.
You are
And
obligated.
I don't take it lightly with anybody, and that's why I don't have no hard feelings for anybody that have told about needing a donation and they've said no, I can't donate because my children, because of this, because of that,
So
whatever.
what happens if you meet a man and he be like, "You can have my kidney, but I want to marry you though."
Then I won't accept it.
And you're like, "Look, I want this kidney. I want to give you this kidney because I want to be a part of you forever. Let's go get
I
married."
I won't accept it. I will not.
Uh, I actually that was on CNN. This lady sued this man because she gave him a kidney. She actually lost as well, but she sued this man because she gave him a kidney. And she thought that was gonna be their relationship and they was gonna be together. Right after he got out of surgery, he broke up with her.
Hmm.
She sued and lost because her kidney was considered a donation.
Exactly. You
You
can't.
cannot sue a donation.
She did donate she did donate that kidney. Next time, tell her she needs to charge $40.
40?
Hey,
Well,
you know it's almost like
well,
getting back. Like,
a kidney can go for 150,000.
I said
ooh-wee.
you cheating yourself if you only asking for 40.
You can sell a testicle for 50,000
Yeah,
one
I
time.
ain't giving that one up. I ain't giving that one up, and it's not because I don't want to, because I done thought about just giving both of them up. But because I saw that post, I thought about giving both of them jumps up. But the healing process is the part that I don't want to have to go through. It's the
my
healing
only
process.
my only thing is I gotta live getting an empty sack sucked on for the rest of my life.
They're gonna be like, we don't know what to do with these folks.
You see how empty my hand is? It's gonna be like that. It ain't gonna be nothing.
But
It's
see,
like anybody looking for a
I
uterus.
ain't small. I ain't small, so you just gonna have to grab like this for the rest of my life. That's what they just gotta grab like this. Ain't gonna be none of this going. No.
You have a
I'm
whole
sorry, ain't
empty
no
sack
jingle
walking
bells
around.
there, baby. Ain't no jingle bells there, baby. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm hitting you with flappy ass skin, baby. This flappy ass skin.
Be like, look, but I'm rich though. I'm rich though. That's what I'm gonna tell them. I'm rich.
Hey, be like, what the fuck? What is that?
Did they go inside? They got you pushing on your side, trying to get it at.
Let me get you a heating pad. Maybe they'll drop now.
Look, don't even tell them that you done sold the jump for a good little $50K each.
Oh my god.
Well, thank y'all so much for joining in tonight.
Because I would sell them.
I don't know. I mean, my only thing is I don't really use mine. It's just I like getting them sucked on, so I would just feel bad if it's just an empty sack. It just I want to work out that way. I don't know.
Shoot, man, $50K each. I'm done having kids anyway.
You don't
I want 17 more.
Mm-mm. I don't want
no more kids. I don't want no more kids. Like I do and I don't. I'm tired of like I don't want to be to a point to where I'm so old that I die before my kids graduate. That's what I don't want.
See, I just don't want to die before my kids have children. But at the same time, I don't want to live to be super old. So I don't want to look like a raisin. And then I feel as though
I don't want any kids, so
I feel as though like all the times in my life I've had meningitis, cancer 5 times, I've had sickle cells, I have everything. The thing is that I feel as though I'm gonna get to some point and the God gonna be like, you know what, you living to be 125 and I'm gonna be a raisin. Be a raisin.
I used to want children like when I was in my early 20s, but as I got older, it's like I don't want that hassle. Like I love children, don't mistake me. I love them. I love children. I love babies. My godchildren are the highlight of my life. But I just don't want no kids. I like having that freedom I can do what I want, and what I mostly choose most of the time is to stay in bed and rub my feet together. So
naked.
That's what butt ass naked too. And I just don't care. Like it don't bother me. But I also, since I've been like sick, I also don't want to bring a child into this because it's not. I grew up taking care of my mother, and I'm not to say that I love my mother, but if I had an option to not do that, I would really choose not to do that. And I don't think that's fair to put that on my child, or hell, even a stepchild. I don't think that's fair. So
and that's my main reason why I don't want to live to be that's the reason why I want to be real old. I don't want to be
worried about that because nothing guarantees that they're gonna take care of you anyway. So I ain't worried about that.
It's not that. It's just I took care of my mother when she was 90, 94 and everything else like that. And it was just like it got to the point, it's just like she felt bad I was there. And then like she felt bad. She was like, I feel so bad that you got to do this. And it's just like I don't want my kids to have to do that. I don't want anybody to have to do that. And it's just like once I get to the point where I can't do stuff on my own, yeah, we can go ahead and just count that as a loss.
Yeah, I just
all right, they're gonna be like, I feel bad I got to do it too, and then drop a pillow on your face.
Thank you so much.
I feel like
I
know one of them would.
Yeah, the little one.
Definitely one of them that I know that's gonna be like
the little one. The little one. The little one. Like literally every time I'm sick, she's talking about, are you okay? Am I gonna be rich? What?
That's my heartbeat. That is my heartbeat.
She only 7. Am I gonna be rich? No, you're not gonna be rich today.
That is my heartbeat though. But I just
She said today. Don't even say. Just say you ain't gonna be rich. Period. Because she made. She like there's
I
always
try more.
tomorrow.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
And
I feel
after she learned how to put a mirror up under your nose, she do that crap so often. Let me be sleeping hard, and I got sleep apnea too. She put a mirror right up under my nose, and I woke up one day. What the hell are you doing?
I just feel like, you know, for a lot of child free women, like I don't know, we get kind of demonized a little bit, like and disrespected because we don't want no churn.
But shoot, I ain't just as long as they'll love my kids, even if they don't want no kids, just love my kids, and I'm gonna respect everything you got going. Like, cause
Or
I
we get tried to have our minds changed. That's the thing. Now, if nothing else in this world pisses me off more than somebody tries to change my mind about having kids.
Mm.
That irks my soul beyond repair. Where it's like, please don't try to change my mind. I don't want kids. Like I can love, you know, whatever child you bring in. That's fine. But
See, I don't try to change nobody's mind. I just always had the dream of having a really big dining room table with like 21 chairs, and all my kids are sitting there. I just always had that dream.
well, see, you want, but the thing is, like, you got to think about it. You know, it's a touch different with me dealing with a woman dealing with a man. Most of them, they're like, I want to continue my legacy. Well, you got to get the hell on, babe, because I don't your legacy of brokenness. I don't want. So I can't help you. Or it's like, you know, like I had one ex. He was like, I think we make the prettiest, chocolate baby, and I was like. I don't think so. I really don't. I don't. I don't think that's gonna be a thing. Because with your
what if
forehead,
they told you? What if they told you they just wanted you to have a baby and you could just give it to them?
hmm,
What if they was like, you could just have a baby and give it to me? You don't got
I'm
to
too
take
controlling
care
for
of
that.
it.
I'm too
No,
controlling.
that wouldn't work either because the thing is that the amount of sickness that women go through when they're pregnant and everything. I don't think double
It's
dose
not
can do
even.
that.
That's not
And it's
even
like
that.
a
That's not
parasite. Your
even.
body's trying to kill it.
That's not even that for me. For me, is like I'm number one. That's something that I made essentially. I know I didn't make it by myself. I don't want to hear that, but I made that, and you're not gonna just take it from me. And especially if it's a girl, like I not to say that I wouldn't be able to, I couldn't, be a part of raising a boy, but especially with the girl, it's like, no, I need her closer to me because I feel like I need to be able to protect her a little bit more. So no, that's not gonna work for me. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You can drop us off
Hey,
some
I'm
money.
with you on that. I'm with
You
you
can
on
drop
that.
us
Shoot.
you can drop us off some money every month. That's fine.
Shoot. I'm moving in. Hobosexual. I
Yeah.
already left the toothbrush. That's how I am. I'm trying to be with my kids. That's one thing I'm all for right now is all about being with my kids. But one thing I will say is if I had another child, I am not going to take their mother to court to get custody. You know what? You right. You can have that baby. I done already told folks. I'm already like, shoot, out of 4 kids, if I miss out on one's life, I'm still an 80% good dad. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait a minute,
so don't fuck.
how many kids do you have, Wingman?
So I have 5 kids total. 3 of them biological, and 2 of them that aren't biological but are legally my kids.
Chucky
That
said
I
you had
signed the birth
16.
certificate. Yeah, I don't have that many.
Chucky said you had. I promise you. I think Chucky was just trying to scare me away because I was like, "Oh, he got children." He was like, "Yeah, he got like 16 of them." I was like, "Oh, fuck no, that's
Hell no.
good."
I
Hell
say he got
no.
16. I say he drive one of those sprinter vans that ride all of them around. They usually with
Hell
him all the
no.
time at Dream
If
Wings.
I had 16 kids, I'd be deadbeat daddy of the century out here.
You
Like,
can't
I'm
even
just
get on
letting it
child
be
support after
known.
10.
I'm just letting it be known. Like, Anybody who come over here, I'm just at this point. I'm just laying seeds, baby. So hop on this ride if you want to. Hop on this ride if you could be baby mama number 39 if you want to. I'm just letting you know. I don't have no plans on being there. I'm Nick Cannon Jr.
Our thing is that I like children. I like having children around. I like the noise. The silence drives me crazy. Like if I'm in a house and it's quiet, that's the reason I got so many animals. The silence drives me crazy. So I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. I've always been that way, but I also have a bunch of siblings. So
I have a bunch. I come from a big family, so for me, and I think part of it for me, that's why I don't want kids, is because I came from a big family, and I just look at it. I just not to say that my parents didn't love us, didn't do for us or anything like that, because we all all our parents did for us in their own right. So I don't feel like I was slighted, but I also look at it like that was just too many kids in the house. Like y'all could have stopped after me, but
you was the last one.
Exactly. Like you should have just had me first and been done. So I hope my sister ain't listening.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with what you said.
No, because she gonna talk shit. That's all. No, stop with us, just me and her. But I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to wrap this up 4 times.
No, you know what? That's it. I'm gonna wrap it up tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in to Shit Talk Podcast. Y'all done had us all night long, and we finna go to bed. So go ahead and cue the music, Chucky. We going to bed. Good night. Love y'all. Thank you for joining us, Wingman, with Dream Wings.
Hey,
yeah, y'all check out Dream
Wings.
Pleasure. And coming soon, Dream Wings is gonna start selling breakfast. I'm just letting y'all know. Them biscuits look delicious on the pictures that I seen.
I've literally been over here doing the menu while we was on this podcast. I've literally been over here doing that Excel spreadsheet to make this happen. So it is coming.
Awesome. I still ain't had no wings yet.
We're gonna have some more locations.
It's coming.
And y'all watch out for 2024. Church is coming as well. And it's gonna be fun.
Right now, hold on, wait, before you play the music. Right now, Dream Wings is located just in Tennessee, right?
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Clarksville, Tennessee. So unfortunately, they're not in Jacksonville as of yet.
Well, we coming because I got family down there. Yeah, I got family down there, so I'm coming.
Yes, we're gonna put some miles on the top.
That's it. I want some wings when I come up there.
Hey, when you come up here, let
me know. They wanna hear it, so here I go. Let me talk my shit. Yeah. Let me talk my shit.